I don't trust this.
All right, and welcome to
Skin hunting. I
Anonymous
don't know.
Fights Back, episode 76. Um, Sorry about that. We had a little technical glitch. Um, so I can hear myself talking. Um, but yeah, so we have some pretty good topics tonight. Um, so I guess, geez, where should we start? um,
Random
uh,
shit.
Yeah, well, we have our Ed. He's out there right now, driving out in Florida, doing some hurricane relief. Right now, he said he'd call us back, but a lot of people, on the internet are talking about, uh, how eerily these storms, are one and behind each other. John, you were saying that there was one back in 2010 that was back to back to back like this.
Yeah, it was almost exactly the same. Like if you look at the map, you see them. They're even placed in the same.
Direction, yeah.
Yeah, the same locations.
Yeah.
And, like the big one in the middle, right? I can pull up this picture real quick, but
Yeah,
which is
it cannot be
I think
coincidence
it's
anymore.
Huh?
Conspiracy.
right.
The weather conspiracy. That's some pretty heavy stuff, though. It's already been raining for almost 2 weeks now, and these storms are coming in. So trees and everything, light poles, whatever's going to come out the ground.
And you're in that part. You're near that area as well, right? Or sort
Well,
of
I'm
near.
on the East Coast
I
of
gotcha.
North Carolina, of course, in the islands of North Carolina. So we'll definitely see a lot of flooding. Hurricane Matthew, we got cut off from everything from a straight line from South Carolina to Virginia, anything west. So it was like weeks to a month before we had any actual gas back, any kind of food around the stores. It was very difficult to get to work. You could actually drive up to where you were going to and see for equipment underwater, you name it. There were so many roads washed out. Look it all up on the DOT map, and they'll show you where your road outages are. A lot of your roads that are going to go out are going to have the aqueducts under them.
I gotcha. Hold on, I'm trying to pull up a picture that's here in the comments. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to multitask. I have an Ethernet cord in one hand and my other hand on the mouse.
Well,
um,
Florida should be ready for it. The rain ought to wash off everything. The, there's already 10, 15-foot swells out here, heavy undertow. They're advising people not to go into the ocean right now. And as we already know, his car apparently got struck by lightning while he was
yeah,
out there.
right on a call.
And so hood power went out all at one time. It's scary stuff.
But yeah, Florida, like you say, it's like a little. It's not. It's like an island. Not an island, but you know what I mean.
It's a peninsula.
It's gonna flood all over to the other side. It's gonna be. Ooh.
Well,
Yeah,
most
it's
of
just
Florida is sitting below 4 feet above sea level.
The,
It's not up by much.
Well, yeah, it gives them prime
that's
Look
not
at the
good.
little map, Tyler,
prime target.
in the Hangouts I posted.
Oh, okay, hold on. Oh, I almost had the picture. I'm sorry, everybody's throwing me these pictures at the last second.
and you say of Alaska?
I know at the last second, so let me try and pull
Uh,
this up. Oh yeah,
everybody This hurricane's gonna be talking about missed you.
Yeah, and they were saying, in Puerto Rico, where it hit, they were saying that they might not have power for uh,
6 months.
6 months. And they were, in Puerto Rico, which is kind of funny that you're talking about no power. They were just dealing with this issue without the storm. You know?
Uh,
I think they've had trouble with their budget in Puerto Rico and
Yes, they have because
bankruptcy,
because
or
yeah.
that may be
they're
why.
they're in technically in a bankruptcy, and the sad part is that because of the way I think it was worded and how they became God, I don't know the legal term. But they can't legally file a Chapter 13 or whatever it is, or if they can, it won't annul them of all of their debt that they're in. So
But the problem there also is they are islands. They cannot escape. They are
yeah,
stuck there.
Yeah, there's
That's
nowhere to go.
Yeah.
the that
And
must be
behind
terrifying. Mm. Oh,
behind
fuck.
Irma, we have Jose is now jumped to a category 3, and then now there's a Lee behind Jose.
yeah.
There's, this is going to be a rough year for those islands. And they might as well not try to rebuild till after the first of the year.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure Puerto Rico will get emergency funding, which they actually do need. But
Oh,
but as
you're
far but as
busy.
but yeah, but I was gonna say as far as the management of money, um, with disaster
And,
relief, what we commonly see is mismanagement of funds.
I know the Netherlands, Belgium, France. They send all yeah, emergency things to there. Things that they need. Because a lot of these islands are from the Netherlands. If I don't,
Yeah, that
I
is
don't.
true.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, St.
Mm.
Martin being one.
St. Martin. Yeah,
Yeah, that's shared between the Netherlands and France. But
And France.
yeah,
yeah.
so,
You were
yeah, there's
who was telling me this morning that like I think before it hit the Virgin Islands or wherever they were taking away guns.
Oh, they were
Uh,
done.
the
Yeah.
Yeah, the Virgin Islands, the governor of the Virgin Islands signed some decree to let the authorities there take the guns before the storm hit.
What the fuck?
But they
That's
do
pissing the
this.
NRA off. They might,
But they do it
there's
maybe
probably going to be a
because it's
lawsuit.
good. Yeah, they do it maybe
Well,
because
they love.
people gonna maybe everybody gonna lose their home and maybe gonna
Uh,
killing each other or whatever. I don't know.
well, that's the
Go
reason
after
they'll
the
tell you
government.
is declare an emergency and martial law, and then the first thing they do is take your guns. It's just like this
Yeah,
authoritarian trip they have to go through every time now.
and that's
Well,
what happened with
Yeah.
Texas now too. I think
well, yeah, they were
because
doing they were doing the same thing with Katrina. They were jacking people's firearms because
Yep.
they were doing the sweeps. I remember there was that one story that came out that actually made it to the surface that I even heard about, where the lady was, the National Guard took the lady's gun. There was a massive rioting and looting that was going on, and the lady was, I think, murdered or something with a weapon she could have protected her by herself. And she, in fact, I remember when they were trying to evacuate her, she didn't even want to leave. They made her leave. So,
You said that was during Katrina.
yeah, that was during Katrina. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, New Orleans got a little wild then, and people will do that just to see how much they can get away with. And people who don't have nothing looking for something, they're gonna get it while everybody's gone.
Yeah.
yeah, but it is kind of sad, isn't it, that the government is so like afraid of its people that it has to like take their
Oh,
guns. That's like the first thing they do. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's
it's
kind of.
well, they
It's,
already,
I
counterproductive.
was
I
gonna
mean,
say. I was gonna say that's kind
if
of why
looting's
people.
going to,
I was gonna say that's kind of why people buy guns, right?
yeah.
yeah, you
Well,
get
you
Yeah,
during the
already see
bad times, and then yeah,
Oklahoma Oath Keepers are already trying to recruit because there's already security issues. People are trying to rebuild things, and somebody's in the neighborhood shooting at their neighbor just because they're out building late at night trying to build their house back.
Well, yeah,
Somebody spending 15 hours.
criminal behavior is a common, it's very typical in situations like this. You can get it. People will do things that they think they can get away with it.
Get desperate.
Well, that too. People do get
Desperate people
desperate.
do
Yeah,
desperate things.
yeah.
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 I mean, look what they're doing with gas prices. If this will happen with gas prices, if you'll run out of gas, with the food when they start handing it out, the
Yeah.
water, generators, really no generators around most of North Carolina and South Carolina because it's all gone to Texas for Harvey, and pretty soon these storms are
Mm.
coming in. Florida, South Carolina, and Georgia is going to need it just a little bit more than North Carolina is looking like.
It's not looking good.
No, and it's
But
supposed. I think it's supposed to be like a category 4
Yeah.
by the time it reaches the central part of Florida. I believe it's
and then
supposed.
3.
Yeah, it's supposed to die off a little bit. Um, oh, we got hey, Terrence.
There we go. I'm here.
Hey,
Hold on
what's
a
going
second.
on?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Where are you guys?
We are in Florida, outside of Tallahassee.
Ooh,
Sarasota.
that's northern Florida.
Yeah, so we're heading, fuck, I gotta play with this radio here a minute. Hold on. Alright, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Rocking like a hurricane.
Alright, so yeah, we're on our way to Sarasota. We're gonna get all of our gear sorted and charged up, and then do you wanna say anything, or do you wanna stay silent on that? Okay, so I'm here with Mako Hayes from the Daily Haze,
Hey.
and we're gonna be heading into Irma as far as we can say on the radio.
It already sounds windy, man. You driving or?
Well, we're having a little storm right now, but it's not just some like drizzle. We've got 2 days before to get organized before the shit really hits the fan.
So you guys are gonna be there at
Right,
ground
good.
zero. Holy crap.
Oh man! All right, hold on. I'm trying to catch up. Is Ed on the line?
No, he had to drop off the call because he said there was lightning that hit the car.
Oh yeah, that might be true. We had to stop for gas as well. Like I'm behind him, but I kind of told him earlier, like Jesus, dude. I'm black. I can't be going 20 miles over the fucking speed limit. They shoot black people here.
You're in the Bible Belt, dude.
Yeah, like we just can't be doing this shit. I mean, it's fine for him to be fucking cruising around at fucking 80 in a 55, but that is like a shoot on sight for me.
Oh
You're in
man.
heavy clan
Lie
territory.
down.
If you see guys in white
Yeah.
sheets, just throw a white sheet on. They won't notice you.
Well, yeah, right. We're gonna we're, hopefully we don't
Act
die on
natural.
this adventure. Everybody be cool, be cool, be cool. Everybody be cool. Well, just we've got Ed along, so if we do get pulled over by the cops, I can have him go up and talk to them. You're our designated
Gonna,
ally for today. Oh, what do I
gonna
get to
use his
do?
white
You get to talk
privilege.
to the police.
Designated white dude.
Designated white dude. Hey, you
Nobody
guys.
shoot. I have black friends. They are in the car behind me. Nothing like what Ed sounds like, but
Now, were you with Ed when I think Ed was doing some stuff, some cleanup in in Texas. Were you with him there?
Yeah. So I came from line 3. Did you guys see any of the stuff from line 3? So we
No.
shut down line
No.
3 for the day. Some of the water protectors chained themselves to the machinery. We got everything like live streamed and droned and yeah, but we shut down the fucking pipeline for a day. So that was definitely a win. Millions and millions of dollars. Then from there, I literally drove straight down to Houston to meet the hurricane on the other side. And then we stayed there for a couple of days, did a bunch of organizing and fundraising, and I brought a bunch, so did Ed, we brought a bunch of supplies and stuff down here, baby formula and wipes and water and food and all that shit. And then we emptied that off in Houston, loaded back up and came over to, shot over to Florida. So yeah, we're kicking ass, guys.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on. I don't know what's the show about tonight, but come on, global warming.
Well, I got
Climate
hurricanes. I got
change.
the hurricane. I got a lot of this conspiracy stuff, but there's been a major, a lot of people talking. And we'll even get to this video that Kevin just showed me. Right now, there's been a lot of
Yeah.
uproar and a lot of talk about weather modification and the pattern of these storms.
Cloud
Um,
seeding in heart.
well, damn it. We're gonna see what station's on. Hold on a second. I gotta change them again. You guys got too many radio stations in Florida. All right, so I mean the Chinese, America has hidden its involvement in weather modification from the beginning, where China has been very open with it, with their drought, in that they were able to do cloud seeding and some other stuff like that, and they were real proud of their program. So yeah,
Yeah.
Russia as well. So it definitely can be done. Proving whether it was done in these instances is impossible, but as well as the HARP, or the HARP machines as well, which is able to change the magnetic fields on Earth and change weather patterns using that. But I say the word change and not control, because we're able to change what happens, but we're not able to control the results of it, which may be why we get these out of control
Ye-
storms like this, where maybe they did try to move one of them left or right, and it just created more storms or slammed it into Florida.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
there are two things that are going around on the YouTube channels and some of the Twitter feeds. That there was um, and one guy. I mean, it's really far away. I don't know where Reeves County is, but I guess apparently there is a ongoing cloud seeding operation going on in Reeves County. Yada yada yada. But that wasn't the weird thing. Okay, what the weird thing was is there was this Doppler radar, and it looked very, how should I say, it wasn't a normal way like a radar should be reading things, and people, a couple of people were saying what you're seeing is interference from some high radio waves, and it was like in the shape of like a sphere, what people were calling harp rings, and they were seeing one over San Antonio and Corpus Christi.
I personally haven't seen that story, so I don't. I'm reluctant to say anything about it. But I would say most likely our country does do cloud seeding and weather modification. If not, we'd be one of the few modern, one of the few, um, like nations that don't. Like we said, China and Russia both cloud seed. So I'm pretty sure that we do as well.
China did it in the Olympic Games. Cannons in the sky for do the storm clouds away. Don't rain
Yeah, and
about the thing. They do this. China,
yeah,
Russia. It's true.
100%, and that's the problem, is that they would mess up um, an entire weather pattern, so that you had one sunny day for your golf game or one sunny day for for your Olympic game. But what Mako was saying is the U.S. has patents on weather modification. So the cloud seeding technology, that's not like hidden black book, information. Got the patents for it.
But the reason why they keep it quiet must be something going on, you know.
What?
That's auto.
Okay, I think we're good again. We were overtaken by Tejano Packers there for a minute.
Hold on, fam. I'm going to switch over to an Ethernet connection. I'm seeing some interference on my end.
I'm using an FM broadcaster to hear it through the speakers, and it lots of channels. But there is quite a bit of evidence supporting the fact that our country does cloud seed. Now, why do they? Well, because people will be upset about it. That when you look at the let's see the clouds that they're always fucking with. Other cloud formations that don't exist in nature. Come on, hit me with the guys. We've been at.
Are you talking about the Nimbus, Columnate, whatever the hell it's called?
From planes. Chemtrails.
Chemtrails. There you go.
Chemtrails. Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll try to tell you they're contrails. What's the
That
difference between
could be
chemtrails and contrails? Contrails dissipate.
Well, it would be a plausible explanation for some of the chemicals that they're spraying into the atmosphere. I'm sure there's more than one, but that would be cloud seeding, things to like deflect light, light back into the upper atmosphere. So the reason that, and I don't have the secret clearance to verify it. But I think that one of the reasons that they're using that they're using aluminum in these and reflective materials is that they're trying to reflect some of the sunlight back into space.
Yes.
To possibly
that's true.
stop the world from heating up the way that it is.
Ozone protection.
Yeah, I mean, and that's always the excuse, isn't it? Well, we're not going to stop the fossil fuels industry. Instead, we're just going to spray you with harmful chemicals. Great
Well, I
job,
seen
guys.
something on
Great job.
YouTube a while back
Yeah.
where they could actually maybe control it with sound waves, maybe like ultrasonic. I know 440 is a common sound that you hear in music and that you tune to in music. Megahertz as well.
We say 44
Well, and
megahertz.
Tesla had done a lot of work with that, and like using
Yeah.
the vibrations and megahertz frequencies around you to affect things all over the planet, move, be able to detect things all over the planet, be able to move energy from place to place. He felt that all, that the world we live in was all kind of controlled by those bands of radiation of megahertz ranges and the things that you could affect by them. It's something interesting that the same megahertz frequency that he found to transfer energy over longer distances was also the same megahertz range that the human brain works in.
Are you talking? Oh, you're talking about what is it? The God, it's like 60 hertz or something like that. They call it the butterfly wave or something like that.
Yeah, and it could be just a weird coincidence, but it's still kind of cool. And he was the one that discovered that. That was one of the reasons that they used to kind of shut down some of his programs. Was because of that, and being able to across long distances, a couple miles on the compound that he was on. Which, I mean, we're just now scratching the surface of that with things like Bluetooth and those kind of technologies. But he was thinking about that already. So yeah, I'm sure they're fucking with things that they're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
Of
was
course
there was
it
a
is.
yeah there was a video that was going around that people were saying, I even debunked this. this one. Yeah. It could be a weather modification thing, but there's this video that they're calling NASA's cloud machine. But essentially, what it is NASA somewhere down near Cape Canaveral or something like that. They have a rocket testing facility, a stationary rocket hooked up to an endless supply of hydrogen gas. And what they're doing is burning hydrogen gas and essentially creating a byproduct that is going to be artificial clouds. Now, a lot of people were saying that's how they're doing this, and I'm like,
No,
no, not
that's an
exactly.
RS.
I mean, you essentially could modify the weather doing something like that, but you would have to go through a
It's
lot.
not cost effective.
It's not cost
But
That's an
effective.
RS 20.
don't discount. Okay, this is the scientists that we've hired to do these kind of experiments. So back when we started messing with the atom bomb, right? They figured out on paper how much of a nuclear explosion it would take to ignite the atmosphere, right? Like light the entire atmosphere on fire. Which, okay, on paper is one thing, but then these assholes actually tried to build it. What would they have done if it fucking worked?
Yeah.
That's the kind of scientists and programs. They spent billions to see whether they could, the equivalent to billions to see whether they could ignite the atmosphere on fire. So yeah, they may even have several projects overlapping that do, they're focused on doing the same thing. That's not uncommon that they don't through compartmentalization. You don't tell the other hand what it's doing. So you can have two teams working on the exact same idea. Or the exact same, you want to affect the weather, and you may have two completely different teams, like HARP and a rocket program, both trying to affect the weather, not talking to each other about it. Fast and Furious style.
That's true.
Yeah, I was gonna say, even the Russians have been messing around with weather for a while. What do they have? I think it's called Saru. Saru.
No clue.
Yeah, a similar machine as the harp from 1981.
Okay, yeah, I do know the one that you're talking about. I'll have to look up so I can give you guys the pronunciation for it, but the HARP system does work. Like you can work that out on yourself. So it's just changing. Our planet doesn't have like one line north to south for a magnetic field. It's got all of these different pieces that spit off and connect in other places. It's an entire lattice work, like a bunch of strings all over the planet that are our electromagnetic field. And move one of those fields back
Uh
to a different
We lost him.
place, and it will affect the atmosphere in those regions. So it'll make the ball on the side of the Earth a little bit wider in one place, and that makes a low pressure system. The air rushes over there, and it can change a weather pattern. I never personally saw it, but there was always talk that that we were using it to hide troop locations when moving into areas in the Middle East, and that we were controlling the sandstorms because we would always plan to hit with a sandstorm. Now that may be that just AWACS and other systems are real good at predicting sandstorms, but it may have been a use for a HARP-like system.
Mm-hmm.
I was hearing that the United States military has been playing around with this technology even since Vietnam. They tried to use similar technology to flood out the Ho Chi Minh Trail.
Yeah, that was actually our first use of cloud seeding was to rain out the Vietnamese. Unfortunately, they didn't inform the American planners that that part of the world has massive monsoons every year.
Like every year for 6
So
months.
yeah. So you don't particularly. It's always raining in fucking Vietnam. Why would you need to crowd seed? It just didn't make any sense, but they tried it. That'll show them.
Well, that's actually a Native American tactic, is to hit you when you're having bad weather. It leaves like virtually nothing that you were there.
Well, yeah, and we were talking in the car, and I was able to really come up with just about anything, electronic wise, organizational wise, possible at fucking Standing Rock. Like if we put our minds to it, we could do it, and it was absolutely because there was accusations of cloud seeding and some weather manipulation there in the wintertime. It was impossible to get samples of the snow. Impossible. I
Huh?
could get 1,000 people to come to the front line and get pepper sprayed, but I could not get anyone to collect samples of what was sprayed on us in the snow at Standing Rock. And I always thought that was really interesting. Now that's done through infiltrators and other that you just can't get an objective done right from the inside. I just hit every brick wall known to man for something that should have been pretty
Easy.
supported.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
hey man, can you just get like some sterile tongs in a bag or in some ice and just ship it off? You know?
Right on.
Or just collect it in mason bottles. Keep a good chain of custody. 12 people could have taken untouched snow with photo evidence from all over the camp, and we would know every bit of chemical that they sprayed on us. And it was absolutely positively impossible. Like I said, I could talk 1,000 people into getting equipment to even do another operation, right? To get pepper sprayed, to get beaten and arrested, but it was impossible to get people to get an efficient way to collect samples, and it should have been so easy. And that was because they didn't want us to know whatever they were doing. The pilots that were flying the planes over us, the pilots that both of them that were in crop dusters that had the ability to do that,
Yeah.
were both killed.
Really?
Huh.
And one of them, the first one that was killed, was talking to us, and was showing us the plane, pictures of his plane. He was real proud of it. Things that he had done, other stuff that was done. Like he was pretty open without saying that he did that, without knowing what he put in them. But both of the guys that were the pilots are both very, very dead.
Oh
So
shit.
take that into consideration. And when you think of the amount of private contractors, right, they filled that place with trained killers whose job is to make it disappear. That is not a surprise to me. Right? Like Standing Rock and that entire area was literally flooded. And federal, bad guys. It's no surprise that they're, that the amount of shitstorm that would come after testing, possibly chemical weapons or sound cleaning or, cloud seeding technology on Standing Rock, they would do anything to shut that up. And those two pilots were very important in that. And now that it's after summer, I have nowhere to prove it. I'm just one of the, one of the conspiracy theorists on Anonymous, right?
Yeah. Actually, speaking
Yeah.
speaking of conspiracies, somebody brought up Gracie Grimes brought up this controversial CNN video where there's a Freudian slip and it happens on the teleprompter, right? Where it's CNN headline news and a news reporter talking to the people on that are in Ground Zero in Houston. I think there were some of the relief centers, and what they're talking about, whether they knew it or not, they said, well, they're going to have to adjust to the new world order. Not only was it said auditorially, they also was also on the closed caption TV on the thing, and she was also talking about how something good had happened and some nuns had walked by, and I'm just like, wait, what the fuck just happened? Did CNN just tell us the new world order is here?
Yeah. Yeah, they
Yeah.
told what they told from the people gonna not leave out the shelters because they must stay here for the new world order. That's what they told.
Let
That's
me
crazy.
let me get
Well,
them.
did you guys
Well, I
see
find it
them
kind of
shut
awkward.
down?
I live in North Carolina, and they already got evac plans 3 days ahead of
Let me
time in a
let me
state of emergency.
let me post that for our viewers. Hold on 1 second. At first I thought, yeah, maybe this video
Well,
is
and
fucking fake, but I'm like,
No,
okay,
it's not fake.
hold on.
No,
you guys,
North
you gotta
Carolina
Some
went
of
into
these
state of
people,
emergency
there
at
will
8
be.
a.m. this
this is a
morning.
new normal. They're never going to go back home.
Yeah,
So they want to help them as
there you
much so
go.
that they're never just walking out of here and feeling like they're going back onto the street.
They're
They've worked
getting
with them
ready for
throughout the
something.
process
That's
here
for
to
sure. I
help
mean,
them
it's all
adjust
practice
to this
anyways.
new
It
world
always
order that
has
they're
been.
they're going to be living in after this.
Oh, and I imagine there's
To
so many
adjust to the new
questions,
world
so much
order.
concern, and all of those people. I love. It was almost like on cue when you're talking about the army of
These
Herding them
volunteers.
like
people are
cattle.
Armed
just a
nuns
bunch of
walked
whack
right behind you. I
jobs,
mean, it could
man,
not.
and I'm done with them.
You guys hear?
Yeah, I can hear you. Uh,
Oh, awesome.
but yeah, they were saying that they were going to adjust to that. I guess we all have to adjust to the new world order.
Why can nobody hear us? Can you guys hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Barely.
Just a little bit.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I think yeah, we're having all sorts of. We are in the middle of this storm. There's a lot going on. Um, no,
And it's still two
I
days
don't.
out.
I can't see myself adjusting well to the new world order.
well,
Would use the
speaking of,
term maladjusted.
well, here's something that I was going to talk about, which was one of our topics for today. But a lot of people, are not going to get the rift, or the connection. But apparently, I got a tip off, that there's this, you know, abortion fund, right? And they were saying that in the middle of a crisis that is going on in Houston, that they're doing emergency funding for abortions. Um, and I'm like, okay, well, okay, there's nothing weird about that, right? But upon digging on the name, right, they were going by the name Lilithfund.org, which is like, if you know anything about Judeo,
Different
whatever.
name.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Only this like
Okay,
weird.
that I mean that's kind of creepy.
Yeah,
Um,
it's only known for like 10,000 years, for killing children and stuff like that. Female demon entity. This corporate, this 501c3 has been around for 15 years. I am totally pro-choice. It's cool to do whatever, but if you're funding it in the name of a demon, what the fuck?
yeah, but like that's just a weird name to pick for it's like calling a big dude tiny. Now like
Well,
like
apparently
I
the
do
website.
like
Apparently,
I do know that a
uh,
lot of like feminist groups have like adopted Lilith. Okay, and like we
yes,
can argue
that
that
was
the
exactly
deified.
what they did. They said that Lilith embodies the embracement of feminine reproductive rights and autonomy. I'm like, where the fuck did you read that? Because like my version that I read doesn't depict any of that shit. She's like an evil like character.
They have a Twitter. They have a Twitter as well.
Yeah, I mean
I'm googling them now. It's the Lilith Fund for Reproductive Equity.
Yeah.
that's I mean
Hmm.
that is weird. I mean that it's just a bad name for the I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they hate babies. I'm not really sure. I mean,
The
okay,
Lilith
so
Fund, more
like
vicious
Well,
evil
I
than
mean,
Lilith is a
UTI.
bad name, but Mambla is a thing too, right? So I
Oh,
mean,
let's
they're not the
line them
first
all
people
up,
to come
shoot
up
'em.
with shitty names, and they want to fuck young boys. So I'm not sure exactly which is better. I don't want to throw. It's like what there's the yeah. I don't know, man.
It's
I'm
all
not gonna get
part of
involved in that.
depopulation.
There are some cool like other stories involving Lilith that aren't like biblical in reference. That chances are the Bible did draw from, but I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't name my, the
I wouldn't name my
a blood bank
501c3 that's
named
that's
Count
helping women.
Dracula's.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
yeah, helping women try to get abortions. I wouldn't call it the Lilith Fund. This is like something that like historically, like they, during the in the ancient, even in ancient Persia, all the way up to the Middle Ages. It was very common for mothers with newborn children to put ambulance against this thing to try and keep their take their kids. They believed that with the Zenity would take their kids.
Tyler,
Yeah. So I mean,
sorry
Tyler,
I
go to
interrupt you, but
control
you
has been.
must go to hang out. They need you.
Oh,
It's just weird that.
go to
Yeah, and I
main
mean,
chat.
like the abortion part is like arguable by our time, but we always kind of put, oh well, we abort. Look, okay, in the whole escaping from Egypt story, they killed every single baby in Egypt by that story. Every single baby in Egypt, all of them. Those kids are just
Yeah,
born. They don't know who the fuck the pharaoh is. Why didn't you kill the pharaoh? Right? So that doesn't make like that isn't, the very first like sacrifices to God was you had to sacrifice your children to your deities, and that includes Jehovah, right? The Old Testament sacrificing their children. It was like a big deal that God said, "Oh, you didn't have to sacrifice your firstborn." That means all the way up to there, that's what they were doing. I don't think we can really throw like religiously rocks at it. I think we have to look at it as modern people and not through like mythos, because they were some baby killing motherfuckers in the past.
Yeah, Abraham was supposed to kill his son, correct?
Yeah, and exactly. And like, what kind of dad when God says, "I need you to kill your firstborn"? No, that's crazy.
Yeah, here's the knife to do it
But
with.
what kind of that, like, that blows my mind.
let
What
me
kind
show
of
you. I
God
have
wants you to
actually have
murder
some of
your
the
firstborn
pictures.
son?
Look at the ladies with the skull and things. That's some of the ladies, doing the devil sign right
The
there.
ladies, the ladies of Lilith.
Yeah,
oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah, I
yeah.
see
They're
it.
all
Hey,
doing
you
the
know what?
devil horn thing.
It might not be the group that you think it is. My like fifth grade band teacher fucking hated children. I'm sure she supports the Lilith Fund.
Probably supports NAMBLA too.
Tyler supports what?
Oh, I'm sure. But as much as she hated me, I'm sure she donated to both and then gave them like my address. If you're interested in young boys, this is the direction to go.
Oh
Somebody
my
said
god.
somebody said Hurricane Satan is catchy.
Hey,
What?
but they took it beyond that, Tyler. They took it beyond that. They actually said like these ladies who were going to do abortions, they had to like make this hashtag like I'm meeting Lilith.
Yeah, yeah, they were
Yeah.
totally into this. I think what we're dealing with, like maybe they've redone the website because I don't have the actual screenshots of how the website used to be, but this used to be like full on fucking like what is this about? Though this is about a deity who blah 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 blah, and I'm like, what the fuck? And now you look at the website now, it looks like something you'd find from the healthcare marketplace. Yeah, this is Lilith Fund, whatever. I'm gonna donate fucking $10.
To the Lilith Fund.
Yeah.
Now, can you donate for other people? Like, how does that? Because like Lilith comes and takes the babies, right? So is it like you just sleep in and it goes, or how does it? They have a whole thing like a
What they do,
ceremony.
what they no, they the money goes, and apparently, I guess on the forums on some of these abortion clinics, when you go there, they're funding about 20 abortion clinics throughout the state of Texas. I guess they have alternative funding campaigns. You'll ask for it, and then you'll get an option like, oh, the Lilith Fund, this and that.
Well, I mean, I'm not anti-abortion. So I mean, my
Yeah.
view is like if I have a child, that's my if I have a child with a woman, that's my I wouldn't get abortions, right? That's just I wouldn't be having a child if I didn't plan it out that way, and that's how my children came into the world. But that being said, another person, that's really their choices to make, and I can't tell them right or wrong um, what those choices are. Now these people seem to be making like some weird spin thing off of it. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't get like I wouldn't I
Well,
wouldn't get suckered
there's
into it. You know what I mean? Like,
there's other people that donate to like Planned Parenthood that pay for abortions. They'll donate money for somebody else's abortion. So I mean, it's not unheard of.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that wouldn't,
True.
that doesn't surprise me. I don't know what to think about it because it seems like it's the same way as when people are worried about what other people wear or whatever they're doing. I just feel awkward. Like this is not my business. And, like I shouldn't be involved in this conversation. And I wish our politicians would take that stance too. Like you're an 80-year-old, like man, why the fuck do you care what 18-year-olds having sex? Like that shouldn't be crossing your mind.
Yeah. He's like,
You
but
know what
that's
I'm
my
saying?
business.
Like,
He's like, that's my business. It happened last week.
yeah, that's obviously you've got nothing else to do.
We're all going to be like that one day, anyways. We got
Yeah,
that to
but like
look
let's hope
forward to.
I hope I don't become that like mean old bastard that's like measuring girls' skirts on the way to somewhere. Like, what kind of person do you have to be to like want that job? And they always seem to be so into it. There was a girl that was asked to leave her prom. Now her skirt was what the regulation was in every single like dimensions. You know, all of her and her girlfriends went out. She just happened to be a little bit of an early bloomer, right? And fathers at this school, right? Several of the fathers complained to the principal that this dress was too provocative, too sexual, that it was, you know what I mean, that it was arousing to the other parents that were there. And rather than ask these child molesting fucking freaks to leave, they made the girl leave her own prom.
What?
It like it was. I mean, when I don't know how you do that when like some dude comes up to you and tells you that your daughter's dress is so short it's turning me on. That's when you break his nose, right?
Yeah.
Like, is that not standard? It's nothing personal, homie. You said it.
True that.
But no, the principal asked the girl to leave her own prom, not that these like old crotchety bastards were whacking off in the fucking stand.
It was like the most cowardly thing he could do. You know,
Yeah, it's just like that young girl's skirt is turning me on. You need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I think they got a place for you in jail, protective custody, and where they put the weirdos.
Yeah, and it's one of those like, look, fair enough, man. To call me, um, but that's like you're when until the 18 time comes, like that's just not what goes through your head like that.
Yeah.
And not at your little girl's fucking prom. What the fuck is the matter with you? Like, oh, it's the daddy daughter dance. Wow, your friend's so hot.
Oh my god. Somebody's gonna. Oh, that's.
Now I have to go to my now I have to go to my daughter's dance so that like the other dads don't creep on her.
Oh my god. Guy, I think Gracie Grimes is near you. She's 8 miles from the beach on the Gulf Coast.
Is she over by Miami Beach? Like, which direction is
I
she?
think she
'Cause
said
we're
early
heading
on the
south now.
show. I think she said earlier she was in Florida.
you said Gulf Coast. That's the other
That's
side.
the other side. That's
Yeah,
where you
the other
guys were.
side.
That's where you guys just were.
The other side now, like Miko can really tell you guys a lot about this storm. As far as like the technicalities of it, because I don't like, I'm more of a point me in a direction and get shit done kind of guy, where he does know a lot more about the physics and science behind these storms. But on that side, this storm by the time it gets here could change direction completely. Now,
That is correct. Yeah, it could go. It
yeah,
could
I
go
won't.
straight through the tip on Miami, or it could bounce up and go up to up the coast.
It just
Yeah,
changed it
like
now the last hour more to the to the east.
Coast.
so it's changed
It's
now.
go
We
to the
could
east Florida then, you know? more
It's got a little bit.
to Carolina.
Oh, no. Speaking of the technology that's doing the predictions, you guys know that IBM bought out um, um, Weather Channel. Do you know that, right? They're using some kind of AI called Watson.
Yeah, the what? That's the one that went racist, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I was listening to Alex Jones this morning. Like, I want to hear some crazy shit, right? And here he is talking about
They
Adolf
plugged this
Hitler.
thing in.
Yeah, Adolf Hitler
Yeah,
and
they
fucking
plugged this thing
Watson.
in the middle of the. But that's the deal. They plugged it in the middle of the election, right? And this is a learning computer, right? It's the AI,
Tyler,
and they
they
plugged
want
it
the
in the
video.
middle of the election. And you guys know as well as I do, shit went nuts there. Like, what would start out as a normal conversation, like quickly devolved into like monkey noises at each other and like racial epithets. So they turn this thing on, and it immediately learns to be racist towards Jews, right? It was like anti-Semitic. It just started like spouting off pro-Hitler shit. And then when it answered started answering people's questions with your standard like troll stuff that you saw going on during the election. So they had to turn it off um, before it started sending dick pics to people. But yeah, it learned everything there was to know about the internet in one spot. It became extremely sexualized and slightly racist.
Sorry, I got really distracted. Apparently, one of the seven dwarves.
I see. I see.
I'm the retarded one.
But yeah, they are like I know that they're the learning computers here. This next generation of AI is really it's something completely different than what we've dealt with before. This really is starting to border on you know an electronic version of life, at least in the learning aspect of it,
Well, yeah, yeah.
being able to change itself.
Yeah, there's a I do have maybe a possible guy on here, and he programs AI, but I'm not sure if he'll get on the show because he doesn't really like anonymous. But maybe he could give us some more insight about AI.
He's watching the show, but he don't like
Oh
it.
my God, he would he would murder
I
me.
Well, I'm
think
sure being an AI programmer, I'm sure he gets asked whether he's an anonymous
Actually,
member like every 15 minutes.
he's this guy. He's I'll talk about it later, but yeah, he's little out there.
well, what we need is no. What we need two robots running AI that debate the future of humanity.
Oh, they just
What do you
couldn't it
think?
just be a saying you're fucked.
Yeah.
It's not debatable.
Well,
Please restart.
the kind of technology
Well,
he's doing right now is just AI chatbots, but a lot of them are integrated into the people that he knows. They're integrating these chatbots into websites, IKEA, Amazon, shit like that. So they're already using some of them on the back end of some of the websites and places that you go.
Well, and the algorithms that these AIs can manage to kick out and think about are truly like amazing. For I can't do it because they'll shoot me in the face. But somebody that's out there, we can't when it comes to designing these algorithms, we can't see what's in black budget, right? What's in the government, behind government doors. But ripples in where that money is spent afterward. Like just because it's a black budget and you say, look, we're going to give you $1 trillion to make X, right? You still have to buy bolts and tires and pay the civilian workers and you know what I mean, and the wrenches that you need to build it and the propane, right? That all is actual money. You can see that in the economy and where it's spent.
Yeah,
We could design an algorithm that no, you couldn't tell that the rock hit the water, but you'd be able to tell the ripples backwards to that rock. Guys, we would be able to tell every single black budget program one algorithm. I can't do that because they'll shoot me, but some 12-year-old in a basement should. 4chan.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's kind of where the guy that I know that's kind of where he's at, and programming this thing in a basement, pretty much.
Well, there's certain algorithms you can't make, and there's ones to deal with the banking industry, futures markets, that you can't use them. They're illegal. That one specifically, nobody's ever thought to do it, so it's not on paper illegal, but
Well, I mean, technically, I
illegal.
mean,
That's not just our country. That's any country. You can tell where all of our countries are spending their money and what they spent them on. Not by knowing the exact dollar amount, but seeing where the ripples are afterward, right? So that there's the your driver, your the how many houses you have, how many couches you bought, right? We can tell those things in the economy, and we can see what you built and what you bought and where you spent that kind of money, undeniably. But yeah, I can't. Like I said, I can't do it because I don't want to end up dead.
God, I forgot. I forgot. No, he wasn't talking about that.
Or just everybody's cell phone simultaneously went off.
Do you have any Amazon
That's how it goes.
applications on there? I was gonna say.
All right, I think we're getting close to the spot that we're stopping tonight. We're gonna drive for another. Man, we went from Texas, from Houston to here in a long time, guys. I mean,
Damn.
Yeah, it's like
nonstop.
that's
there
like
was
a
day
that's like
trip.
what
Thanks,
like that's
brother.
like a that's like a an 18-hour, 20-hour drive.
Yeah, and we did it like after getting like 2 hours of sleep over a week. You know what I mean? So we would get like 2 hours a night. With the Houston thing and the Line 3 thing, it's just nonstop. It's like one battle after another. We're tired of cleaning up y'all's messes.
Well, dude, like you're gonna be in the belly of the beast, man. Like you're gonna be right there at ground zero, man.
Yeah, but you do realize to be in the belly of the beast, you got to get eaten, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's always the downside.
How'd you guys go out or come out
I
first?
want you to live stream yourself, like like that crazy kid. Remember when he was doing Slayer with the American flag in his boxers?
I need to be brought we've got we've got several firearms. I'll get a picture of me, the guitar, and like the assault rifle. And I'm gonna do the boxers, man. Like this America, I'm free, right? Just butt crack ass naked.
Well, if you do get sucked up in a tornado, just keep live streaming as long as you can. I mean,
Don't worry, we'll go into. It'll be those, you see those like clickbait posts where they're like 23, pictures right before someone dies, or you know what I mean. I'll be one of those tragic pictures.
There he goes. You have somebody putting a picture out of the sky.
In the reenactment of my 5-second story here, I would like Samuel L. Jackson to play me. It's not that I look anything like
Speaks
Samuel
in
Jackson. There's
motherfucker.
just only like one
Motherfucker.
other black bald dude in Hollywood. Like who else?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
No.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
thought.
hurricanes.
Luke Gossett Jr.'s dead. Is he? I don't want to say that. I hope not. I take that back. I'm not sure if Luke Gossett Jr.'s dead. Seemed like he could be. Wasn't he like crazy old back in the day? That's the same with Morgan Freeman, right? I saw a movie of him like way back in the day when he was like 20, and he still looked old as fuck.
Morgan Freeman. Oh. Speaking of Morgan Freeman, dude.
Uh-oh.
Is that
Was
shit
I
even
not right?
Yeah.
Did
Wait.
I
Is that
lie to
shit?
you?
You remember you telling me that story? Is that shit like legit, man? Like.
Why have you not checked this
I
out?
don't
Why would I
know.
lie
Because
about
I don't
that?
want to look at it.
I spend lots of time with my niece.
Oh my
Now,
It's
don't you
fucked
live in
up, man.
California, Tyler? I mean, that's two consenting adults, right? I mean,
Jesus Christ.
Just go over to his house and ask him. I'm sure he's narrating something right now.
now,
And then Tyler came in and told me, "Don't ever speak of Fight Club."
Oh, what do you call somebody? What do you call somebody that's involved in incest, consensual
An
incest? What do you call
incester.
one of them?
And breeder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Uh,
Down.
Good question.
Yeah, I can't. There has to be a word for that, right? Like you have more than one wife.
Yeah.
What is
Th-
it when
there
you're
is
fucking your niece? What is the word for that?
Well, there's pedophile for
there's a word
kiddos. I
for
don't
it,
know. I
but
don't. That's like a whole nother ball game of like weird.
We're gonna
Terrence, he's
call it.
right. There's a word for. There's a word for, but he's right, Terrence.
Yeah, but wait a minute. Wait a minute. You're in Belgium, aren't you?
Yeah, that's different.
Okay, there's a bunch of words in German and Dutch that you should have, like that you don't have, like we don't have a word for it in English.
It's
Like we
true.
don't have so like in German, if you don't have a word for something, it's cool, right? You can just put words that you already know together until the word gets longer and longer. You just add what it is in
Yeah,
there.
exactly. Yeah,
Easy money.
yeah. We can say something. Yeah, like the words that we say sometimes. Yeah, it's different.
But no, we don't have.
Yeah.
We might not have a word for a Morgan Freeman. We'll just call it a Freeman from now on.
Oh, so you're pulling the Freeman? Oh, fuck you.
Pulling a Freeman, are you?
Somebody sound like Peter Griffin.
Can somebody do Peter Griffin's accent? Come on, come on. Give us your best.
Giggity.
Give us your best. Give us your best, Peter. Come on. There we go.
Oh, that, yeah,
That was
that
it.
one nailed it.
Okay.
No, 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 not again. My name is Cleveland Brown.
Who did that?
Jeez, Peter.
Hey, Cleveland, let's go to bowling.
No, no, not again. That's just nasty.
It's Bears.
That's not. That's not even the best one, right? We're driving. You know how hard it is to drive through. I used to live in San Antonio. Do you know how hard it is? Like every like 100th person that you meet. No, no, no. I'd go every 10,000th person you meet will be an actual, honest to goodness, fucking Hank Hill and all. And
Talk about propane.
I ran into like 3, 4 guys, and it was like I couldn't help it. Like I couldn't help.
Hey,
I was going in here for some tools before the storm. I hope you guys are staying hunkered down. It was great.
were they selling propane and propane accessories?
God damn it, Bobby! If you weren't my son, I'd hug you. Oh, do you guys remember him from Beavis and Butthead? You and
uh,
Yeah.
boys were knocking it for my
yeah.
You
tools.
the guys out
That's
there
where I
off
keep
whacking
my
off in
tools.
my shit, man.
That's where I keep my tools.
dude, I missed that
Oh,
show. Why the fuck did Mike Judge stop doing it?
because the other Daniels, right? Um,
He ran out of ideas.
he may be my cousin. He's like a huge Trump supporter. He's always going on Alex Jones show and doing like Hank Hill would support Donald Trump.
Hank
I
Hill
went into
supports Donald Trump.
the Megalomart yesterday and I met one of those Latinos to do a hard day's work. Bobby, you haven't done a hard day's work in your entire life. I took a walk with the man. Turns out he believes in Jesus and likes tools.
Oh god.
Yeah, but either way, nah, he's definitely he's definitely like the exact yeah. But the guy, they stopped the show, I think, like 6 or 7 years ago.
They tried to bring
They
it
made
back.
enough of them.
They tried to bring it back for a little bit, but it didn't go anywhere.
Yeah,
It's one of
they were
those
making fun
shows
of
like
Jersey
they could
Shore.
have
They didn't have a lot to
they could
go
have
with.
stopped making The Simpsons like 10 years ago, and you wouldn't know it, right? Because you by the time you watch one that was made like 40, 30 years ago, you don't remember any of those ones. I think they just update them and recycle them.
Yeah, they're like, remember that episode,
Like I
where Bart and Lisa did this shit? Yeah, we'll just fucking, 20, 30 episodes. We'll just do it again. Nobody will
yeah,
notice.
just straighten out the lines a little bit. Nobody will notice. Use that South Park episode everyone liked. But not like there's so you'll watch an old school Simpsons episode or an older like King of the Hill episode, and you'll think, I know I've seen this, right? I've been alive for long enough. This has been played thousands of times. But nah, you don't even remember it. There's that many of them. And King of the Hill was that way.
That's how you know when
Wow,
you're
this
getting
show went
old.
all kinds of directions.
All right.
Um,
Wasn't wasn't this hotel supposed to be like 50 minutes away?
I think that's what they guessed off the top of their head.
They're just picking numbers on like estimating the distance on there. What Zoom were they at to do that?
Who cares? I just want to get there and wash my balls.
So what else we got going on out here this
oh,
evening?
yeah. Yeah, there was another topic that I wanted to kind of cover because it was covered by the Guardian. There were some back end channels talking about this. So the WikiLeaks hack, right? You guys aware that there was a WikiLeaks hack?
When? How many?
It's about
When
six
was it
days
this time?
ago.
You mean by
6 days ago?
Or mine group?
Yes, yes, yeah. So I was doing like I never heard of these fuckers. I guess because the only thing that these guys were hacking were celebrity Twitter accounts and Minecraft and shit like that. And I'm like, oh, so you hacked fucking what's his name, and you got this fucking famous artist like making songs for you and putting links in the Twitter account that you got hacked by Armine. Oh, yeah, whatever, dude. I don't give a fuck. So so
Were
I
they
guess
using Windows?
yeah, so I guess in like 2015, they were doing sequential DDoSing attacks on WikiLeaks. I think there was like twice, and so Julian Assange told them, like ramp up your game and really try and hack us. I was like, okay, and apparently,
Stop trying to hit me and hit me.
yeah, exactly. And apparently, uh, uh, should I even put this down there? I don't really know if they were going at Uranon News or they were just going um, um, at Uranon News or just some anon sec or whatever. So, but on the splash page on WikiLeaks, it also had a warning out to at Uranon News that that the docs that they did on on our mine was wrong. All the information was wrong, and it specifically pointed out to the Twitter account linked to at Uranon News. Now, at Uranon News didn't even reply about WikiLeaks getting hacked, or it wasn't even a real hack. So what happened is it wasn't even a real hack. There was really no internal damage done. What they did is that they did I am having some major network issues. God damn it. Essentially, all it was just DNS poisoning. That's it. That's all they did. All they did is they pointed they pointed the website to a different IP.
Well,
Yeah.
like we've been out of the loop from a couple of those things, but over the last 3 or 4 days, the Tiger Swan um, security jackasses were also hacked, and a bunch of information was leaked. I don't know if you guys had gotten the information on that.
um, but yeah, so apparently they were using. I guess they got pissed at Julian Assange and at your non news for giving them fake doxes, so they're using WikiLeaks splash page as a personal fighting ground against Anon. And you know what surprises me is that at your non news doesn't even post any information. Uh, Not even a tweet about it, and their tweet got how often does Yet Your Non News tweet? They tweet like every 5 seconds or some shit.
I think we're gonna lose you guys here.
You got some issues, Tyler, with your
Yeah,
connection.
Yeah, I noticed that. It won't even like
it's
hold.
maybe because
No, well, your non news is not exactly friends with the WikiLeaks either lately, so I'm not even sure why they're even mentioned. But you know, they claim that his Armine Skype was hacked. So
They
it's
did.
about that, I guess. That was not really an Armine Skype, I guess.
Yeah. Wow. I am. How can I be talking to you and having a slow connection at this speed? This is not even fucking possible.
Hey, but now you're sounding perfect.
Oh, now I'm sounding perfect. There you go.
Yeah.
yeah, of course.
That was really weird. But yeah, so actually, I was hearing that Saudi Arabian IP that they had gotten was
Mhm.
actually a VPN. So we have no idea where these guys are at. And you know what it sounds like, knowing it's probably only like three guys. If not one. I
Yeah,
heard,
well,
I heard, I
you
heard, I
can.
heard, I heard. I also heard a rumor that somebody that Interpol has been looking for these guys for a while, and some of them have been arrested.
Yeah. Well, it's not easy to like have the WikiLeaks domain points to different DNS servers. I mean, they must have had some help from the outside. So I don't think these people will be arrested very soon. And especially if they're from this Saudi Arabia region, if it's really from there, uh, they might have some support some from a powerful party, I guess.
Well, I
I
Maybe
guess
would say it's like
cyber army.
state sponsored.
it might be state sponsored. That's what I was thinking because they went after WikiLeaks. And
Mhm.
if anybody tries to go to Armine's webpage, please do not click to verify that you're a human. If you go to ourmind. Please don't fucking go to their website and click on it. I haven't run any like scans in the background. I don't even fucking want to, but I guarantee you it's some sort of backdoor.
Well, if you want to get into conspiracies, I mean, you know that these the Clinton Foundation has big Saudi sponsors too, and WikiLeaks was not particularly positive about Clinton.
Clinton's gone after WikiLeaks several times. Assassination. They stole their webpage over a year ago as well as was.
The WikiLeaks server was never actually touched, so they haven't touched the server. It's just the DNS. So I guess it's the whole DNS server actually gave the false
False
DNS
IP.
settings, and other
Yeah.
servers took this over. So
Mm.
yeah, yeah.
Gonna
But
say
it doesn't like change like because of every little DNS server. So high level domain provider, I guess.
I was like, what is eating up all of my network bandwidth right now? There's no way that I could be this far from my source of this happening right now.
Could be using your Wi-Fi, man. You're being throttled.
Nah, I figured that one out. But Yeah, I'm having some network issues with it holding an upstream. That's crazy.
I'm reading. I'm reading Kevin saying the hurricane is getting stronger.
It's
Yeah.
blowing in.
Yeah.
It could make landfall earlier than what they're expecting. It's to
270 miles
be
per hour now.
speed. It's gonna land quicker than what they expect.
And he goes faster too. Um,
Yeah. I will be right back.
Tell you
Yeah,
what,
I'm just reading through these comments.
I'll tell you what, I probably need another router. My connection's at a good speed. It's not my internet. It's not the server. I think I'm getting dropped packets from 20 feet away from a router. So it's probably my router. Sucks. Somebody's saying 217 miles per hour, record breaking.
yeah, that's a lot.
Sustained, huh?
Yeah.
But Kacha, the Hurricane Kacha, they go in the direction of Florida too. I don't think it can make a switch to the left to Texas like they say. I don't think, or is it possible? I don't know, and we don't have hurricanes. I don't know if it's possible that they can. Can it switch it so fast to hurricane or not? From direction.
I don't know. It's like with things this large, you never know. I guess.
I don't know. So was that New World Order, the New World Order video that came up.
Should we show it or something?
Oh wait,
Or should we have the people listen to it?
Yeah, wait. I played it. Let me play Jay's video really quick. Hold on, media. Let me.
I can play it here.
Oh no, I got it.
Good to hear it.
I played that one. I'm gonna play Jay's video really quick. If my computer can find the video. Irma.
The link.
Jay, how long is this video?
You gonna play it or me?
There you go. I'm playing it right now.
Yeah, good.
The storm is massive, and the storm surge is predicted will go for miles. This is a massive
I didn't look at the size of the file.
In some instances, it could cover homes.
Oh, it's like only 2 minutes.
Go very far in. Right now, Irma is traveling at about 16 miles per hour. The track now has a forecast to directly impact the Florida Keys on Sunday as a devastating major hurricane.
What is it? We can't even watch it.
The Florida Keys should be prepared to start feeling the effects of the storm as early as Saturday.
Where's Jay?
Extreme winds are the biggest concern right now. The storm is bigger, faster,
show this video. It's the same video, right?
Right, hard to believe, but Thursday will mark 25 years since Hurricane Andrew struck South Florida.
So where is he? He has
Much
to
of
witness
South
it.
Miami-Dade was flattened by the Category 5
Jay in a
monster.
Like it says, like
First
play
of
by
a series
video.
of special reports this week to commemorate the anniversary. CBS 4's Gary Nelson, who, like many of us, lived through Hurricane Andrew, takes a look back.
I believe he said he wasn't there.
In the morning dark, 25 years ago,
They said it's like
a
4
howling
a.m.
wind blew across South Miami-Dade, and when dawn broke, it revealed unspeakable ruin. The most natural disaster in the history of the U.S. Terrible loss mirrored tens of thousands of times over. Block after block, mile after mile, devastation after a night that we spent
in the closet, laying on top of my baby.
Everywhere, surreal images. How did that boat get there? Cars and trucks tossed about like Tonka toys, and toys didn't stand a chance.
I know,
If we lost our homes, we also lost places where we shopped and ate. Some churches looked like the devil himself had come to call. Everything that makes a community gone with the wind. Homestead Air
Encrypted
Force
into the
Base, the
Ethernet port, all of
economic
these
jet
problems go
engine
away.
of South Dade,
Which
was
either means I have
demolished. Warplanes thrown around like cracked pieces
firmware
from a
inside
G.I.
of the
Joe
back
set.
end of the router,
Storm
the
surge
actual
and
hardware
extreme winds
failing.
are the biggest concern right now. The storm is bigger, faster,
So your
and
Ethernet is
stronger
working
than
okay, but
Hurricane
the
Andrew.
Wi-Fi is
Signs
still a
like
problem.
these were
The one,
everywhere.
same thing.
It's been a
same
long
router.
3 days without sleep, partner.
Businessmen
Yeah.
and homeowners armed themselves. A sign on a roof
Nah,
expressed
but
a
what
sense
happened?
of
What happened is I had the
abandonment.
modem on
From the
top of the
county's
router,
emergency services
and
boss, a question heard around the
yeah, it
world.
probably got hot. But what was I gonna say? Oh, the video's over. But I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. I'm gonna try and pull something.
So we are in the show again.
Yeah, we're back on the show again.
Yeah.
So how long have we been talking without it?
Almost an hour and 53 minutes. So.
Okay, so we had this thing about the weather modification, the Lilithfund, which is also strange. Wikileaks hack.
Well, you can probably tie it. I mean, if you want to get all conspiracy on you can probably tie in that Lilithfund into the Georgia Guidestones with the depopulation agenda. I mean, like they have been posting they have been posting on their quarterly reports or annual reports lists of the donors, but I'm not sure if the list of the donors is linked to. Oh, that's fucking impossible. Oh, why is it all in the red? Guys, they won't even hold a stream now. What the fuck? Hold on, let me move. Oh yeah, but it won't even. I wouldn't be surprised if you can actually tie it into the Georgia Guidestones or you know what I mean. If you want to go that far, I mean, but you'd have to tie in the names to people like Ted Turner or whatever,
Yeah, it's not really about I guess about these people who are like participating with these things, but like you can imagine like the founder of such an organization could be like a very evil evil person. Like,
well,
what is he thinking about? Like, why is he making?
I mean, they specifically chose an entity that is known for like 10,000 years for killing kids. An how should I say, unholy entity as their fucking name for their 501c3.
Yeah.
They filed this. They filed their paperwork with the government. Got it. I believe the original plans of the website. Like at first I was like, I gave them a benefit of the doubt. I'm like, okay, well they probably named it after a girl named Lilith. No. They named it after the entity Lilith.
Yeah, like a demon, right? It's like a pure evil in history.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is like from a feminist kind of view, you can imagine that there is something behind it. Like we have this original story about like Eve being created from like a rib of Adam, and this Lilith being created from the same dust or something like Adam is also created. So you could say something for that, but for the rest, it's like
not only
pure
that,
evil.
she's kicked out of the Garden of Eden, for saying in the alternative version of Genesis. Not only was she kicked out of the Garden of Eden for saying God's forbidden. No, actually, the story goes she ascended in heaven for saying the forbidden name of God. The angels coerce her into coming back and being obedient. She doesn't. Then she gets kicked out, and then she's found later on, like somewhere near the Red Sea, having sex with like a fallen angel named Samael, and apparently makes curses revenge on all of the sons of Adam throughout mankind or throughout time. So I'm just like, well, and then for like throughout the Persian culture, Babylonian, all the way up to the Middle Ages, and then she kind of drops off the whole folklore, mystical, wives' tale stuff. She kind of disappears out of history, and then somewhere near the 1800s, the Renaissance, she pops up again in occult literature, and then disappears, and then back in the 1800s, it's back. But you know what I mean. It's kind of odd, that you would
If
name.
you would, yeah, but if you would read into like the older things, like the Gilgamesh, then there are also translations for Lilith, which are like simply owl. So then you are going into something we spoke about before, right?
Yeah,
About like the Bohemian Grove and
about
things.
Bohemian Grove and the sex. Yeah, sexual rights.
Like you're like they can literally link it to like this owl symbolism and stuff. It's like yeah.
Well, I mean, like there's always this guy, with the tinfoil hat. Everybody says he's crazy, he's crazy, he's crazy. He's putting all these pieces together, and one day something happens. You're like, holy fuck, that guy was right.
Yeah. But you can't call these people crazy. But this is like old literature. It's not like made up. You can actually read these Gilgamesh stories and stuff. So yeah, it's like if you just read them and you make these connections yourself. I mean, they are choosing this name Lilith. It's not we who are choosing this. So if they are choosing this and they are creating like this huge foundation and stuff, then surely they have read into it too.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, they had obviously read into the old lore, and chose this as their name for their 501c3. I mean, you could have named it a bunch of things. You could have named it Joan of Arc.
Yeah.
You could have named it. You could have named it. The I'm out of money and I need money, or I don't know, whatever the fuck you wanted to name it. You just named it after a demonic entity. Okay, this is a little strange.
Right. Just call it like the Lilithfund or something. Keep it simple.
Yeah, Lilithfund.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah.
What the fuck?
Like, but why are you making like a relief fund and you're like choosing like a name that's like historically like related to that, like to like murder of children? Like, it's incredible. Like we're going to murder your offspring too, or something.
Yeah, we're gonna murder your offspring in the name of a biblical creature, and you won't know that we're doing it in the name because we changed all the shit on the website, so we look like a really nice place, with a feminist logo.
Yeah, I was still getting the symbolism, and I wasn't even so much bothered by it until I really saw them trying to meme it. Like they're saying, like, "Are you going to do an abortion? Then use this hashtag. I'm going to meet Lilith."
Oh my god!
Like, how can you do this? How can you do this? It's like, this is not funny. This is you're even like in inside a country that's like that has so many Christians in it.
It's an elaborate trolling. That's all it is.
It's some trolling. Maybe it's meant to be trolling, but it's like very sadistic trolling. Then I mean, yeah. We discussed about it. This drama thing does work for some things, but yeah. No, but you can like become very paranoid if you start thinking about all this and all these connections, like, because it is like such a large scale event, and then you're talking about like.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can, I really haven't dug into the list of donors, the donators. Apparently, on one end, they were saying on their annual report. I don't remember looking at the date. It might have been an older one, but they were saying it wasn't quite $1 million. But who knows how much money they're working with right now.
Yeah. And how is it with these relief funds? They are like all commercial and stuff. I mean, like what Kevin mentioned earlier, like we have like these Dutch islands that were hit very hard, and then there's like a relief fund, but that's just the Red Cross. Like the Red Cross started like a donation number, and everyone can put money into this Red Cross number. They will like take care of this stuff. But like in America, it's like you have all these different relief funds, like they are like private operations.
I'm not totally sure.
Yeah, I don't. Think like if these things like isn't there like a national relief fund? Like is it like not coordinated or something?
I know that they have emergency funds, for disasters. I know when the president declares a place a disaster, they can get emergency funding from this fund that's been tipped away. But
yeah, it's like with us too. Yeah, when something happened, but mostly thing is with us, the Red Cross, and Holland too. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Red Cross.
Yeah.
Like this creates like
Yeah.
a nation number. Like yeah.
Did you see some of those shitty meals they're providing there in Houston?
No. What are
The
they?
Red Cross.
What are they serving? Spam?
Well, no, it just lacks anything of substance. They had a comparison of this church wanted to send them some meals, and they wouldn't let this church bring these meals in, and they showed them what they were trying to send in, and then they showed them the approved Red Cross meals that they did give them, and it was just like
Garbage.
there's a big portion missing. It's just like, and that's supposed to last them 24 hours too.
Oh yeah. Now you're talking about us. There's a video going around now about one of the shelters there in Texas, and it's like, oh, it's awful. I don't know where it is, but I shared it somewhere. It's like you're almost in jail. I'm not kidding you. I don't find it, but if I find it, I'll send it on the Hangout. Yeah, they all packed on each other, and there's no healthy things or whatever. It's not going good in some shelters there in Texas.
Okay, well that's very bad. I mean, that's like the first thing you have to take care of is like the food and the drinks for people.
Yeah, and healthy, Oh yeah, that you. There are a lot of people. Some people are sick, and they need medication or whatever. Yeah.
Don't you think MREs would be better sustenance than the stuff the Red Cross is giving them? Probably.
Yeah.
There has to be some sort of coordination. That's all. That's always difficult. If you give it like to these private funds, you don't know how many people they actually have to distribute these things, but yeah, I can see why people don't really trust these major organizations anyway.
No, I don't. They always. I mean, they don't always help at the right times, and when they do, sometimes it's like, well, we're glad you're here, but what you're doing is not adequate.
Well, they spend too much of the money on themselves instead of the rescue mission.
Yeah.
When 90% of it goes to overhead.
Well, yeah. You got to pay the worker that's distributing out whatever they're doing. What is he getting paid? $19, $25 an hour.
Here I have a comment. This from this pasta, about the shelters there, and they comment on this, and what they say is, "Dear government shelters, this has been the worst experience of my life as a civilian during a disaster. We have been placed in this so-called shelter that basically looks like a concentration camp. We have uh, we have had officers like above us, and it was like." I'm gonna post this comment. I'm gonna send it on the thing.
Okay.
The comment from it's. Where is it here? Okay.
You're still looking for it?
Yeah, no, I'm working with 2 phones and
a laptop.
Yeah. Do I must set it on the comments or and hang out?
Let me see. See in the you can send it. You can send it on the chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it there. Buh, buh, buh. Almost there. Almost. The signal is slow. tall, tall guys, tall because.
No, I'm laughing at all these meme videos, these meme pictures of me. You are dopey. Kinda. Holy shit.
Is he making these all himself?
I think he's making them as we're talking.
Oh my god.
He's trying to get your attention to run his video.
I did run his video.
Yeah, and he missed
Maybe
it.
he
He's
should ping
jacking
your
around.
server.
He's still on the call.
Yeah, he's over there complaining and jacking around, and he missed it.
Yeah, he missed it.
I can
Hey, we
hear
already played the video, dude.
Jay, I can hear you laughing. You're still on the call.
What?
You forgot you were on the call.
Yeah, buddy.
He's like so all over this Twitter, like he's going viral. His tweet.
Dear government shelters, I guess this is a tweet. This is what you said. Let me see. This is the worst experience of my civilian. My life as a civilian during disaster. I've been placed in a so-called shelter, which is basically a concentration camp. We have officers. Well, I should probably just copy this and post it into the comments.
I do.
Oh, you will? Okay, cool.
We've been placed in a shelter that basically looks like a concentration camp. We had officers walk above us on platforms.
I have
and
pictures too.
below.
I have pictures too. They are awful.
He said, "We have been numbered as if we were in Jews in the Holocaust. The walls are even color coordinated."
Oh my god.
So-called food. They must be
I have
feeding them
videos too.
MREs.
It's on my timeline, and there are videos and some pictures too, and it looks real. It's worse. It looks worse than in jail. Really, believe me.
Oh, I'm sure the Oath Keepers and other militia and police are asking for people to
And
come
they are
in for
guards.
extra security. Yeah.
I was gonna say, like I would be one of those guys that would just like dip out, and be like, I'd be better off just leaving this place.
Yeah, I would have never went to it to start with.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think it can't be that bad, but once you're getting herded in there, everybody's sleeping
It's
on
like
cots.
you got fucking okay. Let's suppose that you're in one of these shelters. It's got what, fucking like a couple, like 5,000 people in it. You have 2 bathrooms. Everybody's taking showers in sinks. You probably have the supplies for the toiletries for maybe fucking 100 people. You've already gone through that shit. There's really nothing. There's not much left.
Got a bunch of little
The
green
commodes don't
trees
flush,
hanging
and
over
they
the
ran out of toilet paper.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'd be better off on my own. That's just me.
Yeah.
But if you
Got
ain't
all
got
these little
shit,
green
if you
trees.
ain't got shit, and it's 3 hots and it's 1 hot in a cot, I guess that's all you got.
Sadly, it says it shows how bad people here actually depend on the government to look out for them and help them. You don't need them. It's costing money. Okay. Maybe you do need them a little bit, but you have plenty of time. These storms are coming. Have your bottles of water in the freezer freezing. your glow sticks, your MREs or whatever it is you got to do to survive. Go ahead and get ready to do it. Don't go out and buy a gallon of milk. Buy a gallon of the powdered milk, so that way you can mix it with water and not have to worry about the milk going full.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if this story is true, right? I mean, this is not the right way to do it. I guess I mean, you can't treat people like this, and it's not going to be very positive for them in the end, because what you would really want to do is empower these people so they can help you rebuild all these things, and they can help you take action and help all these people who are still in trouble. I mean, it's not really going to motivate them if you give them like crap food and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, what did they say? This is the new world disorder, right? Wasn't that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the new deal. We're going to treat you like shit, so you don't bother us, and you go somewhere else.
But what you guys think about this FEMA camps? Because I'm really worried about this. Because
Well, the FEMA camps.
They're in one right now.
Well, the FEMA camps are essentially, they are real.
for
They do
disasters.
exist. They're for disasters, but there's a lot of
But
controversy on what they're actually for. For domestic terrorism, detaining camps. I don't know. There was a lot of talk about these bins that had come on a farmer's land that were supposed to be for the CDC. I think there were like 300,000 coffins, but they were not going to the CDC. They were going to FEMA.
But there are a bunch of camps. You can look it up on Google. You find them. The most are in Texas, Florida, East Coast, all. And yeah, it's maybe because the hurricanes. Because you guys, you have a lot of hurricanes, but yeah,
Yeah. Did you see the map I posted
we have
in?
disasters too, but we don't have these camps, and that's make me a little bit, yeah.
I'll post the map in out
It looks
chat.
scary.
Let you have a look at that.
Well, it'd be a retraining camp because you don't think right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wrong think, and we're going to fix that.
But why they have towers then? Why they have guard towers like a prison or
But
whatever?
because they're there for national disasters, but they could also be used to
Yeah, but
detain you because you're
still,
not obeying. Welcome to the New World Order.
You're
yeah.
trading your convenience. You're trading your freedom for that convenience at that moment.
No, I'm joking. But
I don't know,
yeah,
man. I don't know, man. That fucking CNN shit fucking like freaked me out, man. Like at first I thought that video clip was like fake. I still haven't verified whether it is, but somebody is definitely saying that the teleprompter's there. The audio doesn't sound like it's been manipulated with. It
but
really
it's not the
does.
first video. It's not the first video. You have a bunch of these videos from CNN, and it's always CNN. Always. Have a bunch of
What's the CIA news network? I mean, Gatekeeper Central.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I remember the CNN, during the elections was telling people, and I remember this very vividly, and I was watching, and I almost spit my Cheerios out when they were telling people that it was illegal to look at WikiLeaks.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did they come up with this stuff?
I
This is really
don't know. They also
disturbing.
had a false video, and remember Alex Jones was fucking pissed off. Is they said that they messed up on the videos, but they had some videos playing, and this says leader of the KKK, and it was an interview of Alex Jones.
Yeah, they're just jacking with him.
He was so mad. He was on that meth rage. He was just like, "Oh man!" He was going live. He was doing all these live streams. He was so fucking pissed.
They are giving him exactly what he needs, right? This guy, by doing that kind of stuff. He needs this proof to get these.
Yeah, it serves both their needs. They both need better ratings. So. stir something up.
But they know he will go raging, right? When they do stuff like that. How
Yeah,
can you?
drama.
He's
Yeah.
a drama king, all right.
It's not
Drama
wise to call him the leader of the KKK. I mean, you can call him a lot of things, but
He's the leader of the NSA.
Yeah, I know.
That was that hurricane rolling through.
God, man. That was a friggin' ripper.
Oh no, that was my cord on the back of the door. It's like a little piece of metal that looks like a fucking spring. A little piece of rubber on it.
Oh, one of those things for ADD kids. Keep you occupied for hours as a child.
Yeah, this Ethernet will not.
This
This
is
Wi-Fi will not hold a fucking connection to the light of day. Oh man.
There's a picture of the
these,
military Humvees in front of a Walmart.
yeah, disturbing pictures like soldiers at Walmart.
And
Well, I'm sure they're
towers.
using it
I lived
for
in
mobile
Oklahoma too.
hospital.
In
Did
Oklahoma,
you see?
when I was there for, with my wife there, we had a Walmart next. They after a week there were towers there, police towers, and they say it's for keep the people out, but the building was empty. I don't trust these things for some reason. I don't. That's
I don't
not
know
right.
why they're so stressed about their own population. I don't get this. Like,
I don't
We're
know.
Well,
overpopulated.
well, I know that they're like at the Dutch Parliament. There's like one police agent in front of the door. That's like all the protection they have.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
It's true.
yeah, it's like some old dude. He's just standing around there. It's like all the protection. I mean, I've been there a lot. Could just hang around there. They don't care. I mean, it's like in America, like you have like all these fences, like military helicopters flying above this White House and stuff. I get it, but it's like
too
much.
A lot of that is what I call security theater. A lot of money being spent to convince you that there's this security out there that's an ass kicking security network that's gonna get the job done, right? I mean, like you say, it's like there's the choppers, there's about 1,000 cops. I mean, nobody's getting through that.
Well, it's like a Hollywood.
Yeah. Security theater.
Yeah.
And,
oh my god.
And for some reason,
I don't know what's wrong with my connection, man, but this is not cool.
It's interfering with the signal.
Yeah. Like I can't hold a signal for the light of day. This sucks. It's so unstable. Oh man, this sucks.
You got your tinfoil hat close by.
Well, now I don't know. I was going to ask John, what the approval rating of the Dutch Parliament? Because I think the approval rating for like our Congress is somewhere around 9%. The problem they have, nobody believes in anymore.
Yeah, but then here it's like it's never one party that's in control, right? So they're always making like coalitions of different parties.
Yes,
so
more of
always
6 or 5 or something. Yeah, and
Holland is they can see with this.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It's like you say, it's different parties, and they working together. Then it's not one party. That's It's like what Mark say. It's
coalition.
Yeah, it's a coalition. So they can choose from like 30 different parties, and like so it's like 3 or 4 parties in control, and they're always a majority. So they have to like get at least 76 seats out of 150. But yeah, no, but I'm just surprised about it. That like the government, like in the US, but not just in the US, are like so hostile towards its own population. It's like it's pretty
they
scary. Yeah.
lie to us all the time, and the problem is most of the people aren't buying the lies anymore, and it really pisses them off. So the way they combat that is with more police thugging you even harder, because you're not getting the message, obviously, that you're a slave, and it's pissing them off. That's the kind of mentality you're dealing with. We have a two-party dictatorship here. Yeah, we don't have many. We don't have a coalition. They work together all the time. It's a two-party dictatorship.
But are they counting on like the programming of people, right? Because, like you say, it's like a show. Because these soldiers who protect these buildings, they also got like families. And if the population is unhappy with its government, then surely their families will be unhappy with the same government too. And how would they even be able to protect such a government against its population if the population is really angry? I mean, it's like it seems like a bluff game.
Well, everybody's really concerned about this Hurricane Irma. Yes, but everywhere. How I seen some stuff from the Ministry of Defense of Netherlands. From what was that island again?
That's Sint Maarten. Yeah, that's pretty much destroyed.
Yeah,
yeah.
And then it's got another one coming in right behind it, right on top of it. So you're not even gonna get time to really assess damage for this one before the next one hits.
It is a relatively small island. The Dutch Navy is there now, and they do have some experience with managing such things. But yeah, it's gonna take so long for them to rebuild. I mean, everything is destroyed. The entire harbor, the airport is destroyed. I mean,
everything.
I heard this Marine commander saying like, yeah, I wish we just had an airport so we could fly the stuff in, but they don't have an airport.
Yeah, they said there was more wind than anything else. There was little to no rain, just a bunch of heavy wind.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw these pictures, but these actual sea containers, they were thrown around like Lego bricks, right?
Yeah.
And there was a lot of them.
Yeah, these things are huge and really heavy.
Some of them used for homes.
Someone said a guy was killed because of a flying car.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he said he felt bad for laughing about it.
Yeah, this guy was laughing about it.
No.
You would have to a little bit because this is like last thing you expect. Like, wow, irony.
Yeah, it's like almost like in a cartoon, right? I mean,
yeah, Wile E. Coyote just did not get that Roadrunner.
But the worst thing is like this entire island like lost its entire communication.
Oh yeah,
that's like.
Yeah, I was gonna say Puerto Rico. I haven't even heard anything coming out of there. Have you?
No. Well, that's like a nightmare. I mean, your entire island is just cut off from the rest of the world.
Yeah, there's really no way to get anything in or out. You have to wait. It's not like you got your electric company running, jumping, and got your electrical going back in 3 days to a week like it is in some places. It might be 3 weeks to 3 months.
So I'm reading about Puerto Rico now, and it says that 1 million people are without power right now in Puerto Rico. Whoa. It's like 44 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
people die.
I was gonna say, with all the relay towers gone, I'm wondering how you're even gonna make a cell phone call.
Yeah.
That reminds me, I'll get sat mic before our storm hits. A sat phone.
A sat phone, yeah, but those things. If you ever try and use them, those things are hit or miss, though.
Yeah.
So it's gonna hit Dominican Republic first.
Yep.
And Haiti.
And Haiti. Another one in Cuba. Remember, what's her name? She fucked up all that shit. Hillary.
Yeah.
What's the name of a hurricane? Hillary?
No, Hillary. Remember, she did the. She was her and her fucking fat cat buddies had mismanaged all the fucking funds to rebuild Haiti.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Clinton Global Initiative. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they fucking
They
her.
got so much money.
Yeah, her and
They were
her fucking
managing the
friends.
fund.
Her and her fucking banker friends were trying to build all this shit, and essentially all they built was like 153 homes in one school. They were supposed to build like 10 times that. That's all they did. They mismanaged the fucking money.
Yeah. They received like so many millions, and it was all they fucked it all up. These people.
Yeah, they stole it. Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, they needed another jet, Tyler. I mean, you have to have priorities.
Yeah.
Wasn't that like her banking
Kind
money
of.
or her what was it? That was betting on who was going to win on the wars in where is it? Whatever the fuck. I think it was Sudan. Was betting on two warlords, and so he paid them off both, and then wanted to get the land rights to the diamond mines afterwards.
That's how you split the money.
Split the money.
Yeah.
And so they say in Puerto Rico there are two-thirds of the island's electric customers, so more than 1 million, were without power. More than 56,000 people were without potable water, but they were spared a direct hit, and more than 40% of the island's hospitals were still operating thanks to generators.
Oh, something good.
I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's illegal.
Power or water. You're fucked.
State of emergency in the U.S. and they start going up on prices in that area that is in a state of emergency on motels or gas or food, do report that because that is illegal during a state of emergency.
What is?
Uh, well, I was just reading where motel rooms in Florida, they're evacuating that usually run $250 are going for $1,000 or more, and they're doing rate hikes in the middle of a state of emergency, and that's wrong and illegal.
Yeah,
But
it's
they're going to do
illegal.
it anyways, make money.
Anybody will do something to make a dollar, even during crisis.
Yeah, they don't give a shit about people, man. It's all about that dollar, man.
There's also this little island, Barbuda.
Uh,
60% of its inhabitants are homeless now. 60%.
Oh.
Is it Barbados? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
It says Barbuda, but
Barbados?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know if it's the same. It's a tiny island, by the way.
Same name, different wording.
it's a tiny island. It's like the tiny one that's over there to the left. Yeah,
It's the small one by the small one that's by the small one. By the other small one.
Oh, that is crazy.
They're expecting it to maintain the strength. It's gonna hit Florida with the same strength they're expecting. It's amazing. There's a huge population in Florida, so that's gonna be a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there'll be some bodies there too. They got 40-foot skyscrapers, people living on the 44th story. They're more worried about the cranes that are up in the air more than they are the skyscrapers.
What if you're actually in a skyscraper during such a storm? It's like the scariest thing ever.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it if it had 3-inch glass on it.
No, and that's the biggest danger, right? The glass. If you're like inside a house, like there's so much pressure on this glass that even like this small stone hitting it, like will throw this glass around you.
It's pushed. Yeah, it go through your body, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hear it. It'll sound like brake scrubbing.
What's going on in this back channel?
Someone typing like crazy. Oh, it already
He's
hit
going
the
to find his
Caribbean
data.
Turks.
Yeah, I'm worried about what's gonna happen in Florida. Really.
Yeah. Yeah, Kevin, we never had like any hurricane, I think, even here in this region.
No, but I don't know why we
You
don't
guys
have
have
this.
cooler and colder water than what we have. We're down by a subtropic area.
Yeah, you get more
But
of the.
the storms are different. When I was in the United States, I saw there tornadoes. You know, I lived in Oklahoma, and the humanity thing. The clouds are different. It's totally different than in Europe. But,
You ever
but
notice?
here in
You ever notice
Europe,
how the tornadoes always hit the trailer parks?
but we don't have tornadoes.
Oh
But
my god.
we have tornadoes, but it's it's totally
Hit the
different.
trailer beams.
Yeah, the clouds, the weather. It's a lot of floods. We have too, Mark.
Yeah, we did have some floods in the past, but it's like everything is like strengthened against that now.
Yeah.
So there's never any flood anymore. So
No.
I mean, like in the 50s and stuff, like there was a huge flood in the Netherlands. Pretty
One
much.
of the biggest. Yeah.
Yeah, it threw like 25% of the country underwater. I mean,
Holy
yeah.
crap, that is a lot.
Thousands
It
of
was a
people
big one.
died.
Snow and ice, right?
Am I remembering something wrong? But wasn't there like a couple of years ago there was like 7 hurricanes like back to back to back to back? No,
In the Pacific, maybe.
maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
But that other picture did show 2010. That other picture.
Oh.
The comparison.
But yeah, like in the United States, you have a lot of hurricanes. Europe have more different kinds of storms. I don't know how they call it, but in Asia, then they have typhoons. You know,
Typhoons and
that's yeah.
tsunamis. Those tsunamis can be devastating. You know, you can't plan for a tsunami. It happens. It happens. It's going to happen.
A tsunami happens after usually happens after large land
Earthquake
displacement.
in the
Yeah,
ocean.
earthquake,
Yeah.
mass falling and raising the ocean. Yeah.
Tectonic plates scrubbing.
Yep. Could you imagine how high if you had use something the size of Rhode Island, like a comet hitting. Imagine how big those waves would be. Holy shit.
Yeah, there was an 2000
Yeah.
this big tsunami there. They were big waves. Hey, tall.
Yeah.
You know, high.
So I guess the New World Order is coming.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
World Order.
Take your guns, guys.
Well, like it's fucking creepy, dude. Either that's a Freudian slip, or they really put it on the teleprompter, and they didn't. And it was
Oh.
creepy how she talks about how it's happy. She's happy that the fucking she's happy that the fucking and the church and the singers were going by. I was like, what the fuck kind of like is
The direction of the hurricane changed just.
it did? Where did it change to?
Yeah, it go in the middle of Florida, in the direction of Georgia. Then just changed it really. Then going to Atlanta, Tennessee, in this direction.
Damn.
More to the east, but now it go it go Florida. But if it's true, yeah, every weather thing is different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put it charcoal, MREs, handles, yeah, ready.
Why won't the signal stay up? Why won't you stay up? Why can't you capture packets?
Well, you know, one of the best things you can get, and they're only like $20, is something called a life straw.
Yeah.
About 200 of non-potable water through that, and it'll clean it up for you.
I heard
Oh
something
yeah, yeah.
about those. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, that's
You
enough to
can buy
save
them
you.
on the internet.
So I'll definitely be filling up the Camelback before it really hits.
Yeah, you can get a life
Yeah,
straw.
you
You can
should
get a life
prepare.
straw for like $10, dude. I think they're like less than 10. Like no, they're about $10, right?
Yeah, 15, 20. You know, it's worth it though.
Where do I find one?
You can find one at. You can probably find one at fucking Big Five, dude.
At what?
Or any like Chicks or any kind of type of sporting goods
Sporting
store.
goods,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, I got you.
and a food supply, you know, prepper supply,
Hunting
I'm
supply.
surplus.
storable foods. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll look tomorrow.
Hey, so did you guys read about this new major hack today? This Equifax hack?
No, no.
Now they stole the social security numbers of 40% of the entire United States population,
Woohoo!
143 million Americans.
Somebody's gonna be paying my social security for me.
I'll dump it
You
in
can
the Hangout
have
group.
mine. Trust me. There's nothing there.
I was like, yeah, go ahead, steal that shit. I don't give a
Yeah.
They're going to be, that's going to cost them a fortune because they got to give everybody essentially lifelock after that.
Well,
You guys fucked up so bad.
I mean, essentially, you would have to redo the whole, you probably have to redo um,
Damn near every card. I mean, you know, shit.
well,
Well,
yeah,
the thing about it is it's going to get reported on your credit, and it's going to make you look bad, and they're going to be like, oh well, there's nothing we can do about fixing your credit or getting your money back.
well, yeah, it would be like, well, it was kind of your job, government, to like not store this shit in places that could be hacked. That's
Well, no, I don't think it was the government. It was Experian.
Experian. Was it? Oh, it's my bad.
Well, it's not hard to do. If you ask, like I said before, if you ask any officer in the United States, you are public information. So your name, your address, your phone number, it's already posted all across the internet. I spent 2.5 weeks trying to get every bit of my information removed, and I went back and looked, and there was places I didn't even know about that had my information up, and I'm just like, you know, mainstream news, and they're like, "Oh, protect your information. Don't let nobody get your phone number, your address."
Well,
Government is making that.
consumerfinancedata.org is a major one of them. A lot of even background agency reporting places even go to them. You can actually email them. I heard this from a friend. You can email them to get your shit off of there. But yeah,
Yeah, but
they're
it takes 48 hours or 70,
I
76 hours after you file for it. It's going to delete it from Google or PQ or you know what I mean?
yeah.
They can't guarantee our safety if they're going to post it up themselves.
The best thing you can do, I think, is create like fake info about yourself.
Can't, because as soon as you're born, you got your birth certificate. They already have that. They know who your parents are, so they're automatically locating where your parents are from like ancestry.com. It's all already
Yeah.
documented.
Yeah, you can do this. Yeah, but to beat Google, you just create like a whole lot of crap in Google and a lot of
Oh yeah.
fake stuff about yourself, like different addresses, different names, right? Different non-existing family. You can do everything with it.
Well, used to you could when you got your driver's license, you could use your old address to get your driver's license or another address, but document that because you have to have your address on your driver's license in order to drive. So they got you either way. And school, you have to register your home address so they know what district to put you in.
Another one that's supposed to be bad is these government voter rolls. They got all your voting data, behind the scenes. It's not like just your name and address and so forth. It's like they've got like 80 columns of other data on you in their databases, which can all be gotten to almost by anybody. Public information.
Yeah, these entire profiles they make. Yeah.
Yeah. Even when you apply for a job, they're running a background check. These internet databases, your Equifax, your billing statements for your electric bill. Are you paying your bills? Yeah.
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 Did we lose somebody?
So there are some questions in the comments. One guy is asking, is the Illuminati real?
What do you guys? I believe so. They,
Yeah, there's Skull and Bones.
Yeah, well, there are these secret societies, right? And these people in the high levels, they call themselves enlightened because they have like knowledge the rest doesn't have. So
well,
they
yeah,
probably believe
it
that
essentially
they
started
are the
out,
Illuminati.
with Adam
It's
Weishaupt.
real.
Adam Weishaupt at the turn of the last part of the 1700s, and the Bavarian Order of the Illuminati didn't use the eye symbol. They used the owl symbol, which was we were talking about that mythological beast with Lilith. I don't know if that's what the owl represents. Some people say that it represents something else, but I am dead set on what I thought it said in that. And Adam Weishaupt, what he had done was he had turned Freemasonry into more of a cult-like way. That wasn't the weirder part of it. The weirder part of it is that Adam Weishaupt had plans along with his other friends to essentially, have plans, to take over the United States financially, and this was before we were even established as a country, you know.
Yeah,
So I mean, do a lot of people buy into that shit? No. Do I? Yes. Um, do I believe that there's? I mean, have I tried to investigate pedo claims that this guy's Illuminati and that guy's Illuminati. Of course I have, but a lot of them turn out to be fucking bullshit and fucking scams and con artists that are trying to get your money. Join the Illuminati and I'll give you fucking give me fucking $100 for the membership card and I'll fucking you can join the Illuminati. Illuminatium. There's a lot of fucking bullshit con artists out there, but do I believe that the actual real Illuminati is still out there? Of course I do.
yeah. Well, that is like the highest level in secret society, I guess. But these secret societies, they have like a lot of members, and you could like say like these rituals and these secrets they tell each other are also used to blackmail each other, right?
Yeah,
You want
Uh,
this particular job.
I got a weird peek of I don't know if you guys have heard this, but there's a priest um a priest from the Bohemian Grove. He was a priest from the 1990s to the early 2000s. I caught his interview on on God some radio show reclipped onto a YouTube channel. I haven't been able to find it in a while, but it gets a kind of into a good glimpse of how these people, work and how heavily they're involved in the occult. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, well, this story about like skulls and bones, right? And George Bush like masturbating in like a coffin and stuff and telling secrets.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
when I said priest, I didn't say what kind of priest. I wasn't saying like a fucking holy roller fucking priest. You know what I mean?
He meant a high warlock.
Yeah,
priest,
exactly. That's what I
meant.
was about to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got somebody all on the YouTube channel trying to chat. They want all on the show and everything.
He's like, where do I find this interview? Google Bohemian Grove satanic priest. I don't know. There's some weird shit about him being involved in kiddie porn, in satanic cults. A lot of it's fucking believable. I mean, some of the stories that this guy knew, you would have had to have actually either like a really good liar, or you would have actually had to been at the Bohemian Grove. So
Yeah. Yeah, well, the reason I'm mentioning this blackmail story is because like the comparison you have like George Bush like masturbating in some coffin to get to become a member of such a society, but then you also have like the Dutch former queen, for example, and she was made a 33rd degree Mason in Scottish Rite without ever visiting any lodge. Right?
how
She
does
was just
that
crowned
how,
as a 33rd degree.
how does that happen?
Lots of
Most people.
blowjobs.
I was gonna say most people got to be like involved with the Masons for like a lifetime to be a 33rd degree.
Yeah, exactly. So, and these royals, they get in without ever being a member of this. So I'm like thinking, this is like only made for like, yeah, the like the lower, like the peons, like you and me, right? We have to like, yeah, like for the peasants, like we have to like become step by step members of this and like go through all these ranks and these different weird rituals. While these royals, that they just are, for example, like these rich banker families, they become like a member without doing anything.
Oh shit! There's somebody talking on the YouTube channel. Can somebody talk to them? I forgot.
Yeah, I forgot we got like
Oh my
YouTube
god!
too.
I completely forgot. Can I join this
Oh,
chat?
they're pumping out the Irma memes now.
A few of you sound uneducated, and I'm here for a laugh. I am not here to argue, but I was here to voice a topic. You guys don't know much. You just research. The topic itself is originated from. Oh, I love these trolls.
Whatever, come down to the trailer hood swamp, we'll sort it out.
I see him now, this guy. Yeah.
Look into the plagues as well.
At least he says a few of you guys sound uneducated, right? So.
Oh yeah.
I had 3 teeth, 2 in my pocket. Okay, yeah, we're good.
He's talking so much, this guy.
You're like, actually, I'm not uneducated at all. I actually have a PhD in. No.
Yeah, I build machines and computers, so yeah.
No, actually, I do
I'm
have a
just
couple
as dumb
college
as they
degrees
get.
in a field medical career that I had screwed up with a bunch of drug charges. So, yeah, I'm pretty highly educated. So.
Yeah, I'm building the stuff that's going to replace employees for the next 50 years because nobody wants to get their asses out and work.
Okay, there's a guy in the comments, and he says he was a member of a Masonic lodge. He went as far as 32nd degree in the Scottish Rite, and he doesn't recall anything weird ever happening.
A 30
Should I go
second
23?
a 32nd degree Mason. Anything weird happening? No initiation rites. No weird.
Well, he has to go over to an irregular lodge instead of a regular lodge.
Yeah, I guess so too. Yeah.
If you go over to the Skull and Bones house, a little bit different.
Well, I saw the initiation rites for Skull and Bones, and that definitely looks like a satanic ritual, if not some like exorcist kind of shit kind of going on there.
Yeah, what about the Ordo Templi Orientis, right? The Aleister Crowley shit. That's even worse.
Well, there's also the Order of the Golden Dawn, which was done. I think the Order of the Golden Dawn was. I don't know. I think wasn't it started by Israel Regardi, who was Crowley's like they knew each other.
Yeah. I do know that Crowley was for sure.
Crowley was a
part
Mason.
of the foundation.
Crowley was a Mason at one point. So was Winston Churchill, I believe. They were friends. What was I going at? A 32nd degree Mason and nothing really weird happened. I don't know.
I know that Ordo Templi. I know Ordo Templi Orientis. Like it was supposed to be associated with Freemasonry, but then
don't they believe? Don't those guys believe in the law? Believe in like the law of? I remember reading something, or no, that's a Liberologies. I read the Liberologies.
It's Telema.
Yeah, don't they believe in
like
the Liberologies? Don't those guys like believe in like the law of Thelma? And they believe.
Yeah,
they believe in like the fucking do as thou wilt, for love is the law, which basically says you can do whatever the fuck you want, and it's so cool.
Yeah.
As long as you do it in the name of love, whatever the fuck that means. You're drunk. No, I'm not drunk. You're
not
drunk.
yet, anyways.
I don't know. I'd have to look at more into the OTO. But I remember coming across some documents. The Liberologies. I don't even know what lodge was using it. Liber. Liberologies. There you go. Let me see who the fuck has been using this. Yeah, the Book of the Law, sacred texts. Yeah. Yeah, sacred text, the Law of Thelma. Let me see who uses this. I knew Crowley was into this shit. The Law of Thelma, Aleister Crowley, the Eon of the Orus. Let me see, writings. Speakers. Eon of the New Light. I'm not going to get anything from Wikipedia, I can tell you that. I was close. What? Who is doing this in the comments?
Beans talk.
Got 3 of them now.
But yeah, as far as the Masons, yeah, I was gonna say, I can name like 4 or 5 groups off the top of my head who are a little more creepy, there's even the Hellfire Club and
well, it's good to at least hear that at least he's a good guy in a good lodge. I mean, there are such things.
Back in my lodge, There was no satanic rituals, except for that one time when Bobby got drunk. Then, at my lodge, there was that one time. Uh-oh.
Well, so somebody actually on Facebook, when I had a Facebook, a level 10 Freemason book, and she posted about it, and there was some real hostile actions towards her about it. And we went to researching the book and found out that you could actually buy some of these books off of eBay and Amazon.
Well, you know, I do have a friend. I do have a friend who accidentally walked into a Mason lodge, and during an act, whatever the fuck they were doing, and he thought it was an AA meeting, and he said he was a new guy, and he thought that like, he thought he was going to get them some help, and he just kind of assumed he was a new guy, and they were talking about the stars, the alignment, and what they meant, and I'm like, well, you know, that's kind of occultism if you don't, you know.
Hey, someone is talking about an occult ritual in the opening ceremony to the British Olympics.
What?
A Masonic ritual.
What
In the comments.
Well, there was, yeah. The opening and closing ceremonies when they did it in London.
I wasn't aware of
But
that.
that's what, 6 years ago now. And it was.
I don't really remember it.
They were weird.
What were they doing?
Oh, it's just the skits. Some of the skits they were doing. They're how to put it.
He's like, there was a knife and somebody strapped to a chair and pentagrams and.
And in the bed, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, how do you describe something like that? You have to see the video. I mean, there's no very choreographed though. I mean, it's no accident.
I wouldn't doubt if essentially, there are a lot of hidden elements of the New World Order affiliated with the Olympics. The Olympics didn't exist for almost 2,000 years, and then all of a sudden they were back again. I believe the four linkings, the linkings of the change symbolizes the New World Order.
Oh well, there you go.
Well, but back when it originated, those rings were supposed to symbolize unity of these countries coming together to squash whatever beef they're having at the time. No fighting.
You do get a weird. I remember, didn't I post that video about the symbolism? The secrets of the New World Order released or revealed, and there's a lot of weird hidden symbolism in one world government. Even with some of the stuff that the people are saying during the skits, one world, one thing. What, you know what I mean? Oh well, maybe I got to show it again.
Yeah, I missed that. I missed that.
Yeah, it was that one documentary that Alex Jones made, the New World Order Exposed. No, it's a fuck it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, there's a lot of hidden meanings behind some of the stuff at the Olympics. It's funny, but it's kind of not. But according to CNN headline news, we have to adjust to the New World Order. I'm gonna.
So take a knee for the New World Order.
I'm never gonna drop that one, dude.
Well, I did see a video earlier today that said it was Renaissance, I believe it was. Talking about how we have not really stopped the New World Order, we have only slowed it down. So while these guys are going and hiding in their bunkers with the continuous depopulation agenda, that there's going to come to some point where there's a lot of people going to be left out here to help
Well, essentially,
reestablish whatever government.
Well, like I was telling John, is that it's not really like they're hiding anywhere. They're actually hiding in plain sight. You just need to look for it. there are elements of the New World Order, even out right now. Some of people would say that even the European Union is one step into the New World Order. Actually, it typically isn't. It's failing miserably.
Yeah, what hope do these guys have of getting the New World Order together if they can't even keep the EU together?
I don't know.
I mean, give me a break. Yeah.
Together, but I think what they're doing now, and it come from Europe, okay, but I think they are trying to it's like a little test that they do in the United States. Sorry, I'm saying this, but that's what I'm thinking.
Well,
It is.
I mean, essentially, they did have Bush had plans for no, it was before Bush. They were planning on a new currency called the Amero, and I'm not sure if you were aware that they were even doing it. It was one currency for North America and South America. It never went anywhere, but there was some of the currency was actually printed. For what reasons? Probably because they were planning on implementing it at one point, but I believe it was after Bush. It just kind of fizzled off and went into nowhere land.
These coins, were they real? I've seen these coins too. These Amero
The
coins.
Ameros, yeah.
Yeah.
They're worthless. Yeah.
Well, the best time to do that is they'll have to force a collapse in a currency crisis, and then they can give you the solution, which will be some new bullshit script like an Amero. You have to get rid of the dollar, which they want to do anyway.
Yeah, but should
Trump
we really call them New World Order? Is it actually just like the Old World Order? I mean,
yeah. The New World Order is not something new.
It is.
It's been around for the theory and concepts have been around for 300 plus years.
Yeah, I think if we called it neo-feudalism, it'd be better because that would really indicate what it really is. We're going to take you back to the Dark Ages and kings and lords and treat you like shit. It's the Dark Ages.
Yeah, but that's the control over.
That's the New World Order. They just really, like you said, it's the Old World Order. They just want to bring it back.
And it's the control over resources too, that's also the feudalism thing, right? The castle owner used to have the control over the grain and stuff, over the food.
Well, just imagine.
Yeah, you as a peasant, you won't own any property. There's no need for that. So you just work for the king. And you're a good slave.
The most castles are in Belgium. We have the most castles in the world. Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
A lot of empty castles too.
No, but they're not. In every little town that we have 2 castles at least. Look it up. We have the most castles in the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
That doesn't seem possible.
Told you in the chat.
So what's up? What's up with Belgium and castles, man?
Because I don't know why.
The New World Order.
I just told it in the chat.
He's like, we just built a couple for 400 years in the future when the plan gets completed.
Yeah, but in every little town we have at least 2 castles. At least we have more of 3,000. At least 3,000 castles.
Funny
nice.
coincidence. Belgium is actually the heart of the EU, right?
Yes, yeah, also. And what I told them in the chat too, on my father's side, I'm Baron. You know that?
What?
My father, his side, his family owned a lot of castles. I have a title of Baron.
So you own a castle?
No.
He's Baron.
I have a title as Baron.
Yeah, Baron Kevin von Kott.
Yeah.
Get it straight.
Oh.
Yes.
Von is the
Kevin is like a baron, like Baron the Rothschild.
Oh, Kevin.
Yeah.
Hey, Kevin, I need some money.
I don't have it because I took distance from my father's side, his family. My father left us when I was young, and he tried to get. I stayed with my mom, of course, but I don't want to be involved with my dad's family because totally not. Because they are fucking rich people, and I don't want to be involved with it. No. It's no joke. I have still the title, huh? Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the first time I say this.
Oh, hey, Kevin's my new friend. Hey.
So wow, we have a royal. Oh, damn. Man.
Yeah.
And here we are bad mouthing royals all the time. Say something.
Yeah, my father has family. They have a lot of castles that they own. Yeah, and they are used for. Some are used for hotels or meetings, parties.
But they have
Yeah.
hotels and castles.
Yeah,
Damn.
they do a bunch of things there. Bilderberg, one of them. But yeah, I don't want to be involved with
Well,
my
hey,
father has sites. No, I don't want contact with him, and I want. Yeah, no.
so do you ever sign your name that way? For your full name, Baron Kevin von Koch?
No, they did this when I was young.
Uh,
I have nothing to choose about this because as a title they give this they go further about it. Yeah. Uh, I was young and I have nothing to say about this.
Huh.
And and after when my father left, they changed my name Vande. The, they make the van and the de and one word. Normally is it from each other. Normally is it Kevin, Van, then de, Kate, and 4 words. Now is it 3 words. They changed it.
oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Huh.
I getcha.
Okay, but it's actually true, I guess, about these castles because I've seen these urban exploration videos on YouTube. They're always nice to watch, and they're always exploring a lot of castles in Belgium too. They're like
Yeah.
all these empty castles. They're amazing. These things. They're all trashed from the inside, but
Like I remember when I was a
still.
kid,
We
we
had
used to
some
play in the castles. I'm like what?
we have some middle-aged castles too, a lot. Like here in the city, where I was born in Ghent, there's middle-aged uh, castle, and it's from the 1400 to 1500 century.
Wow.
That's nice for visits. But then you have the new castles here, and yeah, they call this castle, but it's not a real. It's maybe 60 years old or something. But you have real ones too. They are more 500 years old or 600 years old.
Wow.
That's nice for visit or whatever. But the other things, it's rich people. Just for
Wait, I was just thinking
yeah,
about that guy. Wait, that was kind of random. You know that guy that said he was a 32nd degree Mason? Wait, wouldn't you have to be like really old to get to that level?
Yeah, yeah,
Not
yeah, yeah.
necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
How fast? How fast can you pay? Can you do all these rituals at once or something too?
you must do it. It's not a joke, man. You must do rituals with these things.
Well, I mean, like, what's his name for We Are the Change is like a 30th degree Mason. He's only in his like 40s, right?
Luke?
Yeah, whatever his name is. He's like a fucking 30 something degree Mason.
Oh, really? Wow.
Oh, there's that
Remember
other
he
guy, Craig Fitzgerald or
what?
something. He was working
No,
with
well, no,
he
whatever.
was.
Yeah, whatever. The guy from We Are the Change was putting Freemasonry imagery into the 9/11 shit.
Yeah,
Remember?
yeah, yeah. That guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was like a young dude. Isn't he like one of the head guys at like We Are the Change?
yeah. He was. I think he was running Washington or New York. I can't remember. One of the two
Yeah,
chapters he was
he
running.
was putting
Yeah.
Freemasonry imagery into the 9/11 shit, and people were just flipping out.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
I think Luke was also angry about it, or at least he said he was angry about this. But
He's like, it was part of the plan all along. We just waited until you guys figured fucking out. You know that G and the compass thing. That was normal. You know, not like Masons were involved. You know, no secret societies. They're not
There's
really
a
involved.
difference
Yeah, I was like, it's
between
not.
Mason and Freemason. Huh?
I was gonna say, you know, it's kind of a weird
You know
coincidence.
that?
It's what?
Well, no.
It's kind of a weird coincidence that
Now, the
you know.
two towers are, they have the two towers in masonry, so there's your tie in.
Well, you know,
Yeah, but
I mean,
yeah,
it's just kind of weird, you know. I mean, you want to talk about conspiracies and shit, but name one president that isn't tied to it's like some weird fucking secret society.
Yeah, and that's also what makes me think that it's also used like as blackmail and things, that they want to keep control over these presidents.
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot,
But
a lot of people, like I was saying before, a lot of people use it for the connections.
yeah.
Huh?
But what are Obama's connections, for example? Then I mean, I've read stories that he was like related to like pilgrims and stuff.
I heard he was born in Kenya.
Yeah, I read that
Well,
too.
that
Yeah,
too.
born in Kenya.
I heard he was not
Well, now
actually.
Obama, the Hillary, Cheney, and the Bushes are all related.
What?
Yeah,
It's all in the family, the bloodline family.
and
Remember?
and some kings too. If I don't, well, yeah, who was it? Out Europe. And who was it?
Well, the Windsors,
No,
Gothas.
uh, you can look it up. It's somewhere on Google. You can find it. Find it.
It's,
They all related,
King
like you
John.
say. Yeah.
King John. You're saying how all presidents are related to King John. There's an article I'm checking now.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah.
a lot of that,
Oh, okay.
the research was uncovered by an 8-year-old kid, wasn't it?
This is a researcher from Ancestry.com named Tim Dowling. And on his site, he connected the trees of all U.S. presidents to the Plantagenet King John of 1200 AD of England.
Oh wow!
I wasn't that little girl who did it. She just made it popular.
Like, so I guess that story where here in America we can just work hard and someday we can be president too, right?
No.
That was just a bullshit story. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
That's like in a real democracy that this would be possible, right?
In a real democracy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not in a line monarchy.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible in our country either to become like a prime minister so easily, but you can you do have like all parties like the Socialist Party, you have like the Christian Party, and I'm guessing if you become like an active member there, you could become pretty high up there, especially at the Socialists. But I can't remember when the Socialists were ever in control of the country. They have been part of the government a few times, but always a minority. So there's also like 2 or 3 big parties who are always running the show here. So yeah, it's the same everywhere, I guess. It's always just connected families. It's no different here.
And we have a baron in our midst. That means he's probably bloodline too.
Yeah.
It's possible. I don't know. Yeah, I had the family tree from my mom. Have it somewhere. It's still here somewhere. I must to find it, but it go far. Yeah.
Don't you have some old Masonic books or something then? Or some old.
Yeah. It's yeah.
You probably go way back to King Tut.
I don't know. I don't know. I saw it. It's 10 years ago. I saw it. I don't remember everything anymore. It's a big list. It go far. It go to the 14th century. So far go it.
Yeah.
That's creepy. Yeah.
Yeah, but that is this claim they make, like they are like blue blood royals, like they have some godlike.
Yeah.
There are like you have like even the Dutch royal family. There's even some claims that they are like descendants of King David and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Sure.
so that's how they make this illusion that they literally are like divine.
Because they all related. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
They're
they
not
have to
really
come up with they have to come up with a better story than it's just a family bloodline type thing. It's got to because that's nobody's going to buy that after a while. It's like, oh, you're divine and okay, they might apparently they buy that for a whole lot longer.
Yeah. Well, they're not divine. I mean, they're all humans. I mean, they all bleed the same red blood. So
yeah, there'd be something in the DNA too. I don't, if they're going to prove that, they got to show some DNA.
Yeah, unless it turns out they're all actually reptiles, but I don't believe in that. You understand?
I mean, we're really gonna have pie on our face if David Icke's right.
Yeah,
you know that.
Yeah,
the world is flat.
We're in a lot of trouble if this guy is right.
Don't you know?
What do you think of the? Do you guys think this David Icke actually believes this story, or is it like to discredit the rest of the story? I'm not very sure yet.
I think he fucking believes it, man. Like he was cool at one point, and then he starts talking about like reptilians and the flat Earth, and I'm like, man, do you hear voices as well? Like,
is he also into that flat Earth stuff now? I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
No, is he really?
I thought he was.
I shouldn't do that. So. It's too much.
But they're on Facebook that are flat earthers, but they don't come out for it. Believe me.
All they are is dimensionally challenged. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Well,
They're okay with 2 dimensions. They just don't get 3. I don't know what to tell them.
They see different, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Like they got 1 eye instead of 2. They can't see the depth. I don't know. I don't know what the problem is.
Or blind or whatever.
I think these founders of that flat Earth stuff don't actually believe that. I think it's like a project of them to like show how bad education or something has become. I'm not sure. But...
Yeah, and that we are living in a dome or whatever. What is this stuff?
Well, yeah, this dome theory, you have to. Yeah.
That's.
Yeah, all the stars are fake. They're like.
It's reflecting or something. It's, yeah, I don't know. It's crazy.
It's holographic for the last 20,000 years, like on this dome.
Yeah.
It's nice to fantasize about that stuff, but that's about it. You can imagine all these things, but like for all these stars to be actual holograms, it's too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they make it like real, and I must say this: the people that say this, that believe in this flat Earth theory or whatever, they it made no sense, about the sun that go around and this moon or whatever. Yeah.
Apparently, there's gravity doesn't make any sense either. I mean, the sphere. It doesn't all gravity pull towards the center, creating spheres. I mean, what happens if you're on the underside of the Earth? I mean, are you like gravity just pulls you down? Are you just like a broken video game?
But is there an underside even?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're also saying like Antarctica and stuff. Like there's like a giant ice wall, right?
The hollow.
Yeah. No.
That guy. I mean, they were saying about that pilot. When he was flying over, that he was saying bizarre stuff before he said there was a hole. There was a hole over over. Maybe he was out there in the middle of a fucking Antarctica. He's like, man,
Yeah, and they want to try to get over to the next.
He's like, I mean, I'm just gonna make up some bullshit story so that people will come here and we can have an excavation party. Blah 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 blah.
They try to get over the wall, over the ice wall or something, to a new piece of land or whatever. I don't know.
The next world.
Essentially,
yeah, the next world. Yeah.
Well, Antarctica is like one of the like I watch like what is it, that Ancient Aliens and shit like that in the fucking History Channel, and like Antarctica is one of the most undiscovered continents. It's 90% of it is under snow, so we don't understand, or snow and ice, so we don't essentially know what is there. There's a lot
Maybe
of
a lot of researchers there. Yeah. Research. It's maybe a lot of minerals in the ground or whatever.
Could be.
There's a reason every country take a little piece from Antarctica and claim that it's from them. And I heard that they wanted to.
Did somebody just put a Dune meme inside of the fucking chat? That is cute. I like that.
What?
The Baron from Dune.
But I heard about that there were nuclear things testing in Antarctica too, or something. I don't know if it's real or not.
I don't. Well,
Hey, but before the flat.
Right?
Sorry.
Go ahead. No. They were saying, people have been saying for a while, that there's just weird land masses that kind of resemble pyramids, down in Antarctica. I don't know. It's probably worth some observance. We don't know exactly what is out there. Who knows?
No.
Yeah, they found a lot of caves.
And that's
they also
Hollow Earth.
There's also I forget where it was. I was watching an excavation party in Antarctica, and there was a part that was like a frozen desert. And the disturbing part wasn't that that there was a part that there was a small frozen desert out there with sand and stuff. But there was mammal life. They don't know how long it was out there. The scientists were suspecting that it was possibly within the last 100 years, but they were so far inland, they don't know exactly where it was. I think they were like seals or wherever. Yep, that's it. That's what I was talking about. Somebody just put in the comments. They believe that there might be a pyramid see in the comments or in the chat the chat room.
Yeah, there are some pictures of that too.
There might be a pyramid.
That's what the caves that they found, and that's real. You can find it on YouTube. These caves, that's real. They found something there, and yeah,
it was a big opening.
Well, they've been finding out, through doing laser, God, I don't remember what it's called, but essentially what they do is they get a satellite that will laser image the topography of a landmass and can three-dimensionally map kind of what's under the terrain. And what they've been finding is that even in landmass they thought were just landmasses weren't just landmasses. They were excavating and finding shit. So God knows what happens if they start doing it over in Antarctica.
So, and that's actually a much more interesting theory. Like this before this flat Earth theory, there was this hollow Earth theory, right? That there were these giant entrances and these cities underground. And,
this is Middle Earth.
yeah. But then you're talking about like Admiral Byrd and stuff. All these old theories, and
but he was kind of crazy.
Interesting.
He was kind of crazy though. I heard he was talking crazy before he did that.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's like an incredible story, but it's very, very interesting to read about.
Little did we know Admiral Byrd was eating magic mushrooms during that flight.
Well, he was hunting for Nazi bases, right? Not Antarctica. Isn't that what he went down there for?
Well, yeah.
Okay, but that's also something. The Nazis
did go to Antarctica. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they were obsessed by it.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah, they were there. Actually, our own United States military has a ghetto base out there. I can believe it can hold. It's actually international. I think at this point it can hold like up to 1,200 people. It's pretty big.
Someone is posting a lot of pictures.
Oh, there's the caves.
Yeah, these entrance kind of
Oh,
things.
I think you know what they're going to do. They're going to drill down in Antarctica, and they're going to find oil, and that's just going to screw up everything,
Oh
right?
yeah, it'll screw up
And
any chance of
you,
anything that we would be able to find out there. I mean, there's
and then
gotta
it's
be.
just going to go crazy.
Well, if you believe the tectonic plates, can move, which science is telling us that they move, and there was one point it was called Pangea, uh, that there might be some shit underneath, some ancient artifacts, maybe even some dinosaur bones, some shit.
Yeah.
There was an ice age, maybe it was Antarctica a normal island in the past, and Europe maybe Antarctica or United States, we gonna never know, it's so long
Well,
ago,
10,000 it was about 10,000 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, this.
Yeah, that's not so long ago in history. There were humans alive 10,000 years ago.
Yep,
so
that's true.
Yeah, and it could be that it was without ice back then. Yeah. Maybe there are pyramids there. I mean, no one really knows how old these pyramids really are. I mean, you have these Egyptian pyramids, but
Well,
you also have
they
these
believe
Bosnian pyramids now.
they actually believe that they just believe it was Khufu's or whatever was with the Great Pyramid in Giza. The only reason they think that it was built around his time because they had found a stamp apparently with his signature or whatever. But apparently, what they had found is that the explorer who was doing it at that point had they believe he forged it. So these things might be older than when they think that they were.
Well,
And that's
they
also with the
pretty much know
Sphinx.
this. The Sphinx, yeah, it's much
Yeah.
older, probably 10,000 or 12,000 BC.
Yeah, and the hat was
The
put on
weathering on it.
later or something.
Yeah, the head was changed. But if you look at the weathering and off the bedrock around the base, it shows a lot of rain weathering, and there hasn't been enough rain in that area for a long time to produce that.
Well, yeah, there was one
it's
one guy who says that thing might be even 9,000, 8,000 years old. From the weathering.
Yeah.
But
well, now the other reason that it points to that is because that represented, if it was, let's say it was a lion at one point, and you take it back to about 10, 12,000 BC, that thing aimed at been a marker for the age of Leo on a date 12,000 years ago.
holy
That's
shit!
what it's built for, rather than it is. It's an astronomical marker of the age of Leo.
That could be
Similar to like the ones in Cambodia. That relates to a star pattern that's in yet another age. I don't remember that one right off the bat.
So they think that mankind might actually be.
Something was going on, Tyler. That's all we
Yeah.
know. Okay, this stuff's way older, means more than what you're being told, and it's all astronomical based. Whoever put these things up knew what they were doing a long time ago.
Yeah.
Do you think these guys? Do you think these guys that are with the global agendas and the Illuminati, have the same knowledge? A lot of people say that, but my determination would be that, if they knew that kind of, if they had the old knowledge or whatever the fuck that they did, they would, You think they would have already done what they were gonna do by then, instead of like, I don't know. My internet
It's
is
strange how
goofy.
they build this,
What?
all these things. It's strange how they all these old pyramids and all this how they build it.
Essentially,
There must be
they thought
something.
they thought that they were built. Some of the old temples, were built with, rolling on, heavy cylinders on pieces of blocks of. And now my signal's fucked up. Come on, get a signal.
You're coming through perfectly here.
Oh, no. My upload is not coming in. It's dropping frames like a motherfucker.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That's why I
Well,
need.
Well, if you were an old advanced civilization, how would you leave? You would want to leave a marker that you were there, way so that via math or astronomy or something that they would be obvious that there's something going on. You have to leave it in a stone monument of some type for it to last any time at all, like a pyramid or a structure.
And some, like the pyramids and the Maya temples, and then the Chinese temples, same kinds of things, and inscriptions. Yeah, and the building and the temples, same of the.
and don't forget the mummification in both parts, and
It,
so and you also have like the Bosnian pyramids now, so you can pretty much confirm it's not created by these Egyptians, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah, it was another. It had to be another society going on. I mean, the Egyptians were a part of it. Obviously, they have the same type of thing, pyramid building going on, but it was planet wide. Pretty much every continent has some trace, of some kind of pyramid or some structure like this.
For some reason they were smart because how they build it and yeah.
It
They have
also
a lot
uses
of
mathematics that wasn't even invented in the official history.
Yeah, they did it by the
The
stars,
same,
looking to the stars and how.
yeah, because otherwise, I mean, the shitty construction we have with all this wars, it's not going to last 10,000. If you walk
Yeah,
away from that,
yeah,
it's
true.
going to be destroyed in 100 or less. It's
But yeah, and these temples are still here,
yeah.
Smart how they build it, and
If you, I mean, take one of our take the structure that we've created in the modern world. How long would that last compared to these others? What would it be, and how long would it last?
yeah,
I mean, it's just I can't say it. I don't. We don't create anything on that scale or of that type.
and the stone, where they built the pyramids at, they came from where? From far, from a different country. They brought it from not from Egypt too. It was from another country. It was not a country then, but it came from far where they went to the place where they want to build the pyramid. How that did this, I don't know. Yeah, some people say from they make how they did the stones. They slide it over some. I have no. I think nobody gonna know it. I don't know.
Yeah, And these stones in the pyramids are not even the most impressive. Yeah, you even have these temples in Lebanon, in Baalbek, right?
Yeah.
These stones are 2,000 tons. No one knows how these stones are have been carried around. I mean, no one can build this. It's 2,000 tons. It's perfectly cut. Like, yeah.
Did they try to build this again? No, I don't. They can't. They can't do it for some reason.
No, and they tried it. They tried to make similar things. And
Yeah, but it's not the same. That's say they are smart. I don't know. Yeah.
in South America, you have some entire mountaintops that are cut off.
Yeah. And nice.
So, yeah. Yeah. So there's much mystery. I mean, there's either a lot of work, like you had like millions of slaves, or there's technology involved, I guess.
That's what I think. But
yeah, or you could theorize like that they like domesticated like bats or something, like in these movies, right? They domesticated these huge.
The giant.
It's like why are all the mammoths extinct? They're all domesticated, like the cats and dogs. No, I don't know. It's like it's hard to explain this. And they keep finding more pyramids. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually find a real pyramid on Antarctica. If it turns out to be a real one, I wouldn't even be surprised. I mean,
no.
Yeah.
You know about the ones in Crimea too? Those Crimean pyramids.
Oh yeah, that's so yeah. And you have them in on the water off the coast in Japan.
Yeah. I just wanted to say that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're denying these are pyramids, but you can clearly see these are human, or these are
human made.
Yeah, not made by nature.
No.
Yeah.
This when there's something there's maybe ice on the world, more because the water level was not too high then, was low because how are you going to build this underwater? It's impossible, yeah.
The Ark of Gabriel.
A lot of people asking these questions, from damn, how was it so much years ago? Who built this? Who did this?
Well, what also a weird thing. You know what also is a weird thing is the fact that the Egyptian pyramids, like the oldest pyramids, is the most impressive one. Like a civilization starts out with the most impressive building ever, and then the pyramids built after that, these pharaohs after that, all built these crappy pyramids, which are like cheap copies of this huge one.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's true.
How would a civilization start with the greatest project ever? It's like the start of civilization.
Well, I mean, that's weird, but you know where else you see that is at those monuments at Göbekli Tepe. The biggest ones are on the bottom, and they're the oldest.
That is strange, right? It's like it only became like
everything above smaller and crappier. It's like it doesn't make any sense.
No. It's like the civilization was collapsing instead of building. Or that another civilization just came there and tried to copy the old ideas.
Yeah.
And they're bigger too. They're so much bigger. Like these people were 2 or 3 times taller than we are, and we've gotten shorter along the way as well. The scale is all wrong. Yeah. All right, Baron, tell us your secrets.
What, me?
Yeah.
Secret knowledge do you have hidden in the family?
I'm really related to Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh God.
You know his password to it. You know his password to his fucking thing was DA.
High tech, boy. He's right. That's like
it's dumb shit.
That's dumb shit level password. 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I'm officially on the bandwagon that I need a new router to extend my range because I can't even go like 10 feet away from it without losing signal. Sucks.
Well, no, there's a chance, Tyler, you might be too close and you're actually saturated the signal.
Yeah, possibly, but when I'm getting dropped packets that far, it's either leading towards hardware failure or electronic interference, which is another probability. But when you have like a little cheapo router, it doesn't with no external antenna, you're really not getting the range that you need. It sucks. But yeah, when it comes to ancient, civilizations, there was, just too much of that shit just leads to, something else going on. I believe there, with the Mayan temples, they were built. They were, they initially thought that they'd use logs to move everything, but they're like below the tree lines. Trees don't grow that high. Are they above the tree line? Sorry.
Yeah, how they do? Yeah. And
they're in South America, you mean?
In Peru, is it there too? Do they have some? Is it in this mountain? Mountain. You have a little city there that they built. Where is it? In Peru or
Lake Titicaca? It's near that area. Colossia Temple.
Yeah. There's something strange too,
Or the Temple of Viracocha. It's
21 minutes.
Yeah, so there is also this story that when these explorers came to South America, they asked these Indians or these Aztecs, I guess, who are living in these huge ancient cities, who built this, and these people said that they didn't build it, but they just came there and it was already there.
Yeah, that's what they tell, and that's
I didn't know about that. That's crazy.
The Viracocha.
Oh, wait, didn't the Aztecs think that they were from one of the 7 tribes that comes out of like what the fuck was it? Some cave with like one of the 7 tribes or some shit are from? Is that what they believed? I don't know.
Depends on what area you're talking about.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting tired.
Well, yeah, in Mexico, there's the caves of Tolan, Tollan, I believe that's like their, I guess you want to call it creation myth. South America is the Viracocha, who were oddly enough they were like short and squatty, which isn't your typical ET profile.
I got 15 minutes, guys.
You sound tired.
Yeah, it does sound tired.
Caffeine.
Yeah.
The caffeine's wearing off.
Oh.
You're standing too close to your router.
Oh god.
You're microwaving yourself.
Has anybody seen this page, Anonymous Revolution?
It's
been popping up in my feed, like, man, Anonymous Revolution, 20,000 likes, and everything's. It says, "Op, wake the fuck up." Vendetta. That's like an old one. Something. Everything's exposed.
That's the one who's replying on every page always. He's like always replying with some one-liner.
Wake the fuck up! Secret alien agenda, shadow government by Bill Cooper. I mean, they got some good shit, but it's like Illuminati, witchcraft, magic, exposed.
Is this how much likes?
20,000
21?
20,000 likes, man.
Yeah. Here I see it.
Yeah, it has to be anarchist or revolutionary related to get any likes. If it's Patriots, you're only going to get about 10, 10 or 20.
I don't know, but willing that this page was else before it was in.
It's very possible.
Mason's proof of jacking satanic hierarchy, how it operates through them.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Yeah, I'll wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up.
Wake the fuck up. Yeah.
It's like, dude. At least we know they got a video guy. Oh my god. Nope. They got Alien Invasion 2017. Alien fake. Illuminati fake Alien Invasion 2017 final warning. Oh god, why do you even put this shit on your fucking page, dude?
You know, oddly enough, that is one of the government plans, is to try to fake us out with some kind of fake alien invasion. I mean, there actually are plans out there like that.
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, come on. They
they'll
had
do
a
any
bomb. They had a fucking. The CIA developed a fucking gay bomb. It comes to like weird shits. Like nothing surprises me when it comes to them. You know, like
they'll do anything.
Hey, let's make people believe that we're getting invaded by body snatchers. Okay, sure, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you think we can get away with that? Yeah, sure, fuck, let's try it. You know. So they got about 1,000 guys going over every little detail of how they're going to implement that someday. You know.
Which Marty G. It's off topic.
Yeah, they've been stirring it up, man. He gets a lot of press.
Yeah, something's been happening on his page. I guess he got.
We lost you there for a second.
There was like a mini prison riot there at the prison he was at. I don't think he was involved, but nearby.
Already in that. Well, yeah, that sucks. Yeah, it just sucks. I don't even think he has a verdict for his case yet. You know? No. How long has he been in now?
Like 3 years.
Jesus.
2 or 3 years.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, they're treating him like a terrorist. You don't get any pretrial release, no bail.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing. For like a, I don't know. I mean, even if you're hacking, I mean, it's like, come on, that's not. Well, it's not like you were going after the military or the government, or it's just a fucking hospital.
Well, what they're claiming what he did is was more harmful than what he did. Tell you that. Yeah. I think essentially all he did was DDoS a website for the Boston hospital.
It was like a donation link.
Again, yeah, they claimed the donation link wasn't being accessed and cost them thousands of dollars. So. Oh wait, somebody's asleep.
Someone fell asleep.
Who?
No, not me.
Me neither.
There is some.
Now Kevin has before. The alarm was going
Yeah,
off.
once time. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was a classic.
Yeah, no.
I think Micro fell asleep in front of the computer.
But this episode, you don't find it anymore. It's not on a.
Which one?
I think it was episode 9, I think, or 10. And I fell asleep.
Should be there. Should be there in the playlist.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
We'll
somewhere.
find it.
We got 8 minutes. I can end it right now before he starts snoring louder.
But these are classic things, like the time you got like robbed on air and stuff.
Oh my god!
Oh
like,
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Man, that's epic level there.
Everybody
man.
was laughing in the background too, and they're like, "Holy shit! I think he's getting robbed."
That's really classic.
I don't think that's ever happened on anybody's fucking.
Yeah, I mean,
Slice.
name a anybody internet radio show or any show that matter getting hijacked on air, man. I mean,
oh my god, that was. He's dead. He's out. Is that him? We'll be going on till tomorrow morning. So
you're just gonna let it run like 8 hours like that one time?
oh my god. So on Saturday, I think we're supposed to have Myanmar, right?
Yeah.
Who?
Okay, so Saturday, Saturday Myanmar. Also on, should we do a special on 9/11 for 9/11?
Oh
We
yeah.
should.
Yeah, we should.
It's
We have a
Sunday.
show on, yeah, so we have a show
Wow,
on
that's pretty quick.
Sunday. Yeah, 9/11. So we should probably do a show on 9/11, and then we'll try for Thursday after that. But I'm getting tired, guys.
7 minutes.
7 minutes.
It take long.
Didn't.
Yeah, well, you can kill it if you get too tired.
Yeah, I'm gonna end it, and then
All right.
I'll be in the backlog channels. We'll talk about the next show. So we should be doing Myanmar for the next show. Should be.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I believe I'm just gonna mention this again to our viewers. If you want to donate to Matt DeHart, go to mattdehart.com. Or you can write Matthew. He's still in prison. Matthew Paul DeHart, inmate number 06813-036 FCL Ashland Federal Correction Institution, PO Box 6001, Ashland, Kentucky 41105. I'm not going to say that again.
Just so say it. Repeat.
repeat. Where? No, we have it pinned on there. So yeah, if anybody's out there, please, we had a show. Last show was on Matt to Hearts. Be kind of nice if you get them some letters or some commissary money. All right, I'm gonna go and roll out with the credits.